I kill you.
Oh, you guys suck at silence.
You guessed.
All right, let's try silence again. Except for now. Yay, David! Woo! David! Woo! Alrighty. Okay, now back to silence.
Nice.
Doesn't take much to amuse me, does it? Well, hello everyone.
I'm glad you put Buster that way round.
Yes. Although, considering the subject matter, is it really deserved?
Well, you know, nothing escapes a black hole, so...
So I've been told. Alright, and, well, let's see, maybe some housekeeping first. Andy, I am told there is something coming up this Sunday. Have you heard of anything coming up this Sunday?
This Sunday.
Oh, could that be Sunday Science Show? I do believe that might be a thing.
That's what I heard.
Yes, it does sound like Sunday Science Show will finally actually come into existence this week.
Wow,
Nice.
Andy, what is that? It sounds totally intriguing.
Well,
It
Hill,
sounds cool and rad.
Sunday
Like,
Science
it sounds
Show
like
will...
something that all the young ones are doing these days.
I love
Man, if
I
the
also
cool
love
kids,
Sunday.
if
What
the
can
cool-
I do this Sunday? Loving science.
If the
Well,
cool
if
kids
you
are doing
love
it, I must also
science-
join.
If you love science and you're on the internet this Sunday, you might want to take a look for the Sunday Science Show, where we will be discussing hot topics in science as they take place and science experiments you can run from your home to not only, you know, help debunk other idiocies of science deniers, but also have a hell of a lot of fun.
Indeed.
Wow, I love science and have the internets. That sounds like it would be just for the me, and others like the me.
Yeah.
I also have the internets and plan on being
It is
there.
on the interweb.
Nice.
Wow, internet.com, that's amazing. I have no life. I should go.
All
My
right.
life
nowhere
will
else
be
to be
enriched
and no
by the
friends.
science and knowledge that will be purveyed on this Sunday.
We should probably mention that whereas movie night is generally wiseassery and sarcasm meant to publicly embarrass these pseudoscience aficionados, Science Sunday is not going to be that. It's going to be pure science, things of interest, as Andy said, things you can do, experiments and things of that sort. But it's going to be completely different format and absolute lack of abusive behavior that we usually engage in every Friday night. So, all right.
Yes, indeed. It will be an educational show as opposed to a drinking show.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
You can still drink.
I'm not saying you can't drink, but
About drinking. Okay, just want to make sure here.
Yes,
You don't want to scare off the bottle crowd.
well, of
No.
course. I mean, it's the Sunday Science Show. The Pope would want you to have the blood of Christ.
Yeah.
Indeed.
okay. But actually, though, in all seriousness, that does sound like something I'd actually like to come by. And if I could, I'd actually like to come on to talk about something like not maybe necessarily the eclipse, but the equinox is also coming up soon. And also, there's a little project I'm working on that I talked to Sai about earlier that is related to the eclipse. So I may want to talk about that a little bit because that seems like it'd be really fun.
Yeah, sounds
Well,
like you
absolutely.
need to
It
talk
sounds
to
like
Mr.
you
Andy.
should definitely get an invite then.
And educational.
Indeed. I like education. Education is good.
Education is good.
Somebody
Where did
tell,
you learn that? Indoctrination school?
Somebody tell Nancy DeVos.
She's the Department of Education. It's different.
Indeed. Were you
I was
go?
gonna. Do you speak to her in English or in Pig Latin?
Doesn't matter as long as you learn.
Italian.
As long as you learn to talk good, everything's good. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Any other housekeeping issues? No, I think RJ received a challenge.
I'm staring at the mystic eye of the pug, staring between the two E's and the I. It is riveting my soul.
He does look like he's up to something, doesn't he? All right.
Oh, you know,
This is
pugs are
one
kind of
that
shifty.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're too busy
In
being
brightest
happy.
day,
If
in
they're thinking
darkest
about,
totality,
by,
no stupidity shall escape my sight.
if they're thinking about being shifty, by the time they get around to it,
The pug
they've
is
forgotten.
watching.
All right. What we've got for tonight. First, we got a three-parter, a very short one, so we should be able to blow through rather quickly, and for real this time.
Sure thing.
No, really. This is the August 21st, 2017 Total Eclipse and the Flat Earth. Wow, decent grammar. Part 1, 2, and 3 from the Potter's Play channel. First of which is 6 minutes. Now, first off, everybody in the panel, you can see the screen. The first and the third apparently have no voices. It's just print on the screen. So,
well, we clearly know who's going to be speaking then, don't we?
I was going to ask, do you want a voiceover or do you not care? You'll just read
I was going to say, RJ is definitely the man to voiceover.
All right, RJ, you're the voiceover man.
There's no other man for the job.
I can read the text with my usual stentorian voice. I will put on my radio voice. Adolf bade Inga adieu, kissing her ornate ear with eccentric enthusiasm.
You know,
as long as you don't make anyone think the Martians are attacking us, it's golden.
Alrighty.
The Martians are attacking us.
Damn it. We're supposed to keep that quiet.
Via eBay. Ooh.
Alright, now just...
marginally raising the prices of everyday items.
Okay, on that note, shall we commence?
Please.
I see no
Sure.
reason for further delay. Everybody knows rules.
Release the pug.
Help me.
Release the pug. Here it comes. The August 21st, 2017 Total Eclipse and Flat Earth Part 1. Here it goes.
So why didn't I flinch? Because the laws of science differ fundamentally from those of...
I love that.
Because that's pretty funny.
I believe it's about time we discussed the ECLIPSE ...
Pronounced ECLIPSE.
RJ, you missed one.
I think one thing we can all agree on is that when the globe model, the Earth is making a full rotation every 24 hours.
Well, at least he's using a scale model.
Relatively.
Right, pretty. The moon is said to orbit by mysterious forces we don't know about 27.3 days, right?
Electromagnetism.
Oh, damn it.
This is the model we've been taught since elementary school. Excuse me, I learned my heliocentrism from the womb. And it continues to be planted in our brains by small syringes held by penguins.
I sure hope you're all paying
I
attention.
sure hope you're paying attention. Oh, we're paying so much attention. You've never seen so much attention being paid before.
Uh-oh.
We're about to have a major problem,
Oh my God,
smiley face.
colon close bracket.
We're serious now. We got colons closed brackets. Ooh, pretty colors. The eclipse will enter from the west in Oregon and exit in the east around South Carolina. Not only would it, but it did.
It did, in fact. So
You
far.
know it's
Indeed.
fake.
It's straight through Charleston.
You know it's fake because of all the colors they're using.
Indeed.
This
Well, yeah,
information is
clearly the
undeniable.
moon's
fact,
shadow was
literally
black, not
found
red.
all over the
Let's
place.
speak over each other.
Yeah, really. Let's... Remember,
Yes.
everyone?
Hey, if there's one thing that we are really good at, it's speaking over each other.
Okay.
Banter.
Ethernet, everyone. Ethernet. First we listen. If we hear nothing, we speak. At the end of our speaking, if we hear the tail end of someone else's speaking, we wait a random amount of time and begin again. So, all right.
Can that be like as short as a picosecond?
Something like that. RJ, you're starting.
Clock time.
Start this one again. You're on.
I want to see the orange circle move.
All right, I'll back it up for God's sake. Just get ready to read. There we go. All right. Starting on the next one.
The eclipse will enter from the moon. This information is an undeniable fact. It can literally be found all over the place. I have pieces of it in my living room. We have a problem.
Yes, we do. Houston's underwater.
That's true.
Yes, boy, how prescient. All about the rotation of the Earth and how the moon orbits the Earth is true, ... Then wouldn't the land in North America be traveling 27 times faster than the shadow coming from the moon?
Drink.
Drink.
Okay, Kara was first. Kara,
Yep.
you're up.
He failed to give the correct scale for the distance of the freaking moon. So, fail.
Absolutely.
But I can clearly see the moon is a little gray blob that looks like something that I saw from the opening sequences of Dune.
There you go.
And apparently it's 1 Earth diameter or less than that from Earth. And we can hit it with a rock, practically.
Pretty much. Duck, it's coming over. Okay. Anyone else have any comments so far?
So this is why the sky is falling.
Pretty much. This
Yes.
explains it all. All right.
Check the Chicken Little report at 10.
And here we go.
If that is the case, then how in the world is the shadow moving from west to east, making its way across America? And why are our T's all looking like little crosses?
Drink.
Okay, Hill, that was you.
He missed a great pun opportunity to say "Why on Earth." Could have said "Why on Earth." Missed the opportunity.
Could have.
It's just
I
a
know,
waste.
I can't be as fast as everybody here.
Lost.
But as any good researcher, my first stop for all space information has to be NASA. They'll clear this up, he says with deliberate sarcasm because he's about ready to try to disembowel them.
He did put a smiley face at the end of that.
He did.
Yeah, well, there we go. That shows he's serious.
Oh, isn't the music cute? He always forgets the guy is an idiot.
Blurry, blurry, blurry. And here we go. NASA will show us how it works. Quick, Moon.
Yes.
Quick,
Imagine
Moon.
that.
Oh, there we go. Getting our eclipse on. Doesn't really seem to be going west to east, though.
Oh, no, it's the electromagnetic waves coming off the Earth when the moon hits.
Yeah, actually, they're spermatozoa. You see, the Earth is going through its sexual orientation mode where it's attempting to ejaculate into the moon. This is common biology. You learn it all the time.
Already,
yes,
RJ?
of course, I have heard of this.
RJ, clearly that's incorrect. As we all know, the Earth is female. Common sense.
Well, actually, transgendered. Let's not be prejudicial.
No, it's always been Mother Earth, RJ. Knock it off.
Okay.
All right.
Does have a point.
That's what happened. It got knocked off, and that's it. So there we go. But that's another story. And why is that moon so fast? Because it's on benzodrine.
Well, well, wait, hang on.
Okay.
We got to remember, the Earth has always been Mother Earth, and the moon has always been the man. That explains the size difference, because when you look in biology, most creatures, the females typically are larger, especially amongst insects and arthropods. And it also explains why the moon is so quick, because, come on, 30-second man? How many are out there? Be honest with yourself.
There we go.
Well, if it's going to be part of the insect world, it's obviously trying to avoid being eaten.
That's, I would say.
That too.
I mean, I gotta say though, when I watched the eclipse, it only lasted about 2.5 minutes.
That's.
I wouldn't want to brag about that.
Okay. Now, we've got some Goddard footage in here. Nice. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. If we wish to sound a little more French.
See this
You
again.
gotta be kidding me. I need to see this again. Oh, yeah, because you like to see the little squiggly spermatozoas. I am speechless. So is your damn soundtrack.
Okay, what?
Faster than
Not the
the Earth.
scale, damn it.
Well,
But
that's of course with the scale. I mean, this is, and I think this was a NASA video to try and explain it to folks. So it was.
Yeah, well, that's
it was
the
kind of
problem when they use
exaggerated.
Hanna-Barbera to tell their illustrations, because some nitwit who doesn't know how to use a T and puts in little crosses instead is going to take everything too literally.
Indeed, but is he seriously asking this question? Because we do have an answer for this. Why
Yeah,
is the
Well,
moon
remember, he's
faster than the
put
Earth?
two question marks on there. That means it's a super-duper serious question.
I guess we
the
should
thing
answer
about
it
flat
then.
earthers is that in this case, they never actually go looking for the answer to the question. They never they wouldn't even. And they could just Google why does the moon's shadow go the way it does. Instead, they just go, hey, let's just look at general NASA stuff, just explaining the eclipse at all, and not just this very particular question.
All right.
Well,
Well,
unless it's
Or
answering a
better
particular
yet,
question.
let's find the most cartoony example of this. That's not the scale, and use that as evidence as to NASA lying to us.
Yeah, because in most cases they just want to
but
they
it
don't want to
looked
demonstrate
cute,
scale because
though.
it's not as important, because they just want to demonstrate like how the light moves and all that, because they don't need to demonstrate scale.
Well, see, this is why every time I post something on G+ where I'm like, you won't believe how giant this rose is, I also take a picture of my 6-inch machinist scale in my hand next to the giant rose.
Psychapnic is blowing the lid off everything. It says, looks like CGI.
Indeed.
Wow.
It does sort of give that impression. Anyway, since he's got actually...
Well, yeah, the sun is nowhere near the size of my pinky nail.
We've had this discussion before.
I mean, granted, I'm still stuck on my phone as opposed to being on a computer, but that sun is just nowhere near the size of my pinky.
I'm checking it now. You're right. All right, now. Anyway, since he's got two question marks at the end, this might actually be a serious question. Maybe we should actually give him the answer why the moon is faster than the Earth. I assume what he means by that is why is the moon's orbit around the Earth? Why does it make a rotation more quickly than the Earth's
Mr.
rotation?
Rhetorical question. Let's find out what his answer is.
Indeed. Well, I don't think he's going to give an answer. I was just wondering if anybody wanted to say, just say tidal locking and move on.
Because it's really goddamn easy. The circumference that it's traveling. Sorry, spoiler alert.
All right, let's keep going then.
Wait, I think the double question mark turns it into a statement. It's like a double negative.
Oh, that's right. So it's question.
That would account for an awful lot I encounter on Twitter. Double question marks means that I'm saying a statement. Yeah.
Question, not a question. Okay, here we go.
Is it because it's got a V8 in it, not a V6?
Oh, so maybe going to NASA for an animation was a bad idea? No, letting you filter the animation was a bad idea.
Okay, off to timeanddate.com. They're always right. Nice.
Let's just go back to timemedia.com.
Okay.
Here we go. Eclipse going from west to east as it should. Yeah. Okay. See, it works perfectly on a rotating ... globe. Say the word. A rotating. Guys, okay. A globe. Nothing to split hairs or anything, but the Earth seems to be spinning in the space. Oh
Drink.
my, oh my, oh my.
Well, yes, but that's not what they're showing. They're
Go
not
ahead,
drink.
Drink.
They're not showing. Did someone
Did
call?
you not see the Terminator line?
Hey, okay, no, apparently not. But yeah, you called that, and I just ran over.
Also known as the Schwarzenegger line.
Okay.
That's a two-step thought process. They can't go that far.
That's so sad. Like, oh my gosh, the Terminator line, that's the direction. So the camera's the thing that's spinning, not the Earth, in this case.
Indeed, and I would imagine.
But rather, the camera is moving faster than the Earth in the same direction.
Right, yeah.
So it appears that the Earth is rotating in the opposite direction.
Indeed.
Because, relative
camera's in
motion
orbit.
matters. Yeah.
Pretty much. Now, how could he not see this? All right, here we go.
Well,
Because
it's a
he's
flat
an
tire.
effing idiot, that's why.
Oh, all right, good that we cleared that up.
Willful
He's
ignorance.
a flat tire.
I mean, heavens. Okay, and then of course, as we all there is no land at all beyond that little Terminator line. It's a complete black void. That explains it.
Yeah.
I guess they can't really say this accurately depicts the animation I'm looking for either, because you don't know what it is you're looking for, you dunce. Is it really that hard to show how this eclipse works on a globe spinning on its axis? Yes, jump in there, Hillel.
No, it was me.
Oh, okay.
So, if we go back a little bit, to show the text again.
All right. I'll do that.
It'd just be a few seconds.
This one?
Should I make backwards sounding noise?
This right here shows the willful cognitive dissonance, because this is showing exactly how it works on a spinning globe. Just because you don't understand relative motions in 2-dimension, let alone 3, which is the reality we live in, is not a failing of what you're being shown. It's your own mental failing. God damn people.
Yeah, and you think you'd be a little skilled with the 2-dimensional.
Unfortunately, they're not smart enough to know that.
Jennifer Aniston's going to pop up on the screen soon and go, here's the science bit.
All right. And moving on.
Stephen Bauman wants to know if is it the T-800 or the T-1000 Terminator line. We need to resolve this.
Maybe that'll be
It's always the T-1000. Come on now.
Oh, see, I was unaware of that.
Okay, that was the upgrade. I'm okay with it, but, you know, not everybody accepts that. Right. Yes, we live on a globe, right? After many searches, I came to a realization that was quite telling. I don't know how to think. Websites seem to rotate the Earth the wrong direction in their animations. Ooh.
Oh, fucking bullshit!
Am I to translate that to?
Would that be a drink
Andy?
there?
Sounds like a drink. Andy?
Yes, I will actually call drink on that one.
Okay.
The way that things appear to rotate and the way that things do rotate often appear to be in reverse. It's not unnatural for that to be the case. This is a normal phenomenon with our ability to be sitting on the object that happens to be rotating versus appearing the rotating object from outside of our gravitational pull.
There you go. Alrighty. See, I told you we'd go quick through this. We're at 520 out of 557. I told you we'd blow right through this crap. Here we go.
That one actually is a bad animation. Fairly to say.
I mean, depending on what they're trying to show.
Well, it's actually rotating in the wrong direction.
It is.
If anyone can show me an animation of how the 2017 total eclipse works on an accurately rotating Earth with a moon that's not zipping around us at breakneck speed, I'd love to see it. Would you like to put your money where
It's
your
not
mouth
breakneck
is, you
speed. This I'm sorry, drink again. This whole this entire flat Earth thing of we're traveling at breakneck speeds and oh, we're moving at faster than the speed of sound. It's not fast. First off, when you actually consider the cosmos, when you consider galactic expansion, we're turtles. We're not even turtles, actually. We're the turtles that the turtles are making fun of.
We're parameciums.
I mean, we're beyond slow. The speed of sound is not a high rate of speed. That's just not the case.
It's one of those things where, to an ant, a car is moving at light speed. But, you know, if you step back and look at our solar system, it doesn't even look like it's moving until you speed time up.
But now, confess it, wouldn't you like to see a few flat earthers with broken necks?
Now, that's a little harsh and is tending towards violence, and we don't condone that here.
There's an easy way to avoid
Okay.
this. It's just to tell them not to look up so quickly.
All right.
Well, whiplash kids.
Here's the thing. A broken neck isn't bad when they already have a broken brain.
You know,
just
look
the
at
baby
that
will
way.
run around a little bit faster. They kind of look like the zombie people from the Doctor Who series. They're inside of their spacesuits.
Okay, last 20 seconds. Here we go.
Yay! Oh, and Celestia. to answer his question, there's a that'll show you an eclipse. The perfect scale.
The Earth is flat.
Oh,
Luke 8:17. Ooh.
Really, the Bible.
Your scripture.
Really? Drink more Star Wars fucking quotes? Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Luke, scene 8. Line
Okay, now I
8
gotta go
minutes
see
and 17 minutes into
Wait,
Star Wars.
What did you
It's
say
very
again?
simple.
It was 8:17 or something?
8:17.
Yeah.
8:17.
What, are you looking it up?
Okay, now I'm gonna go to Star Wars and see what happens at 8 minutes 17 seconds.
Is it 8 minutes
you
and
gotta make
17
sure you get
seconds,
the
or is it
scriptures
Luke's scene number 8, 17 seconds, or it?
Line
There's
17.
a couple of variations we could take.
Fuck it. You're right. We gotta
Either
try
way,
all the
look them up.
options.
Look them up. I still agree with you. Look them up.
Or the 8th Star Wars movie, 17 minutes in.
No.
There we go.
Just try all possible permutations. I'm sure you'll find something interesting.
Yeah, that's how Nostradamusites work it. There's got to be a meaning there somewhere if you dig hard enough and screw up enough.
Yeah, you'll find a pattern somewhere.
Indeed. All right. Well, I hope everybody thoroughly... Why am I even saying that? Okay.
Paranorm says, Luke, join me. Why are you coming apart?
All right. Now, part 2. I'm told by a good source, like me.
Those wordy things.
It's yes. It has actual speaking. I'm told. So.
Ooh, you've heard tell. You've heard rumor. You've heard threat.
Indeed. So I would suggest we move right along and see what part 2 has to tell us.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is the August 21st, 2017
dun, dun.
Total Eclipse and the Flat Earth, part 2 from the Potter's Clay channel.
I swear to God, if he ever says that telescopes have computer chips in them,
Are you going to rip your eyeballs out there on that one?
We got prosthetic eyes.
no.
See, that's what you were waiting for.
I might explode.
See, you were waiting for that.
Well,
I was
you gave
waiting
us
for
fair warning.
Yeah, I was waiting for the why can't we feel ourselves moving thing, because he went through the breakneck speed and racing around the Earth and all that kind of the Earth racing. Yeah. I was waiting for how come we don't feel ourselves moving? That was.
I'm not sure he's quite caught up with that Galileo guy, so he may not realize, the extent of the science information that he needs to overcome in order to be able to make his argument. So we'll just chalk it up to mind-boggling ignorance.
I think his.
Well, I do have my pilot's license and I do have access to a Super Cub. So if he really wants to know why we don't feel the speed, I would gladly take my penguin anger out on him. And let him realize when he wakes up exactly how fast he's going and doesn't know it.
Now, Backyard Science, does your penguin anger have something to do with the killer penguins that are guarding the ice wall?
Well, of course, they won't let me get to the edge.
I thought so. They're like riding giant polar bears, right?
Synaptic advises with the Yoda voice, flat Earth it is.
I mean,
I was thinking more along the lines of He-Man, like Battle Cat, fucking penguins.
All right.
Giant mobile penguins powered by atomic energy with laser eyes and giant beaks spouting flame. Oh, yeah, I see this is going to be a really good show.
Sounds like a Guar concert all of a sudden.
Anyway, someone mentioned Galileo, and I've always loved Galileo. He was so good. He was so good they named him twice.
Right.
A man of brilliance and could not suffer fools easily, but anybody who can manage to use his own pulse as a timing mechanism to measure the rate at which balls are rolling down inclines, that's somebody of dedication.
Or an atheist.
Hey, fuck Galileo. Copernicus for life.
Like gangs and shit. I'm from the Galileo, sucker.
Yeah, and what about our Tycho de Brahe? Don't you like people with silver noses?
No.
Well, I mean, if you really want to make sure that you have a lot of time in that life bet, you might as well go with Planck.
Yeah, Artemis reminds us that Galileo had great ball control.
Artie would, wouldn't you?
All right. Let us move on to part 2 and see what entertainment awaits us. trying to sound excited about that.
It's like Christmas Day.
Isn't it? Yeah. Let's see what we got. Here we go.
Without any gifts.
Okay. Somebody gave him an animation. Commence preparation. H. Here we go.
Oh, they're going with this anyway.
I don't hear any words.
Oh, fucking hell, drink.
Okay.
Yep, cheers.
All right. Hill.
This fucking idiot doesn't understand the concept of mounting the camera to an object.
So it would seem.
Well, it's possible he's never mounted anything in his life, so this might be something he's never quite understood.
If I attach a camera to the Earth doesn't start flying through the image. I mean, what's up with that?
Indeed.
Well, you have to remember, this is obviously one of those types of people that if you gave him a helmet camera, he would put it on his foot.
I was thinking he might try somewhere else, but we don't want to go there.
Well, you know, I was trying to hold my tongue, RJ, so...
All right.
RJ,
well, remember,
RJ,
I'll always come in
RJ,
on that one.
Not
so
everyone
never
has
have
a
to worry
penguin
about
like
that.
you. You can't presume things like that. You can't just go... Okay?
I'm feeling oppressed. Kind of. This is getting problematic.
All right. Well, I think we've sufficiently responded to this silliness. There we go.
Seems to contradict the other animations, but I'll let that slide for now. Yeah, you let a lot of things slide.
When Flat Earthers let things slide, it's because they think, oh man, I'm going to stump them with this great point.
Yeah, and it seems wherever the theoretical camera is mounted, it's not good enough for this fellow. In any of the... it just doesn't like it.
They can't understand that, okay, you could have the camera fixed to the moon, so you're seeing it, you know, from the perspective of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's just goes right over their head, apparently.
Obviously, it's baffling.
He's just making a really dumb statement right here. Has anyone noticed that?
Yeah, that I was.
So I guess you believe it is the movement of the sun alone that causes an eclipse? Question mark. No.
No.
Exactly the opposite.
The motion of the sun's motion is the only thing that does not really factor in.
Right. It's not a factor at all.
Indeed. Strawman detected. Moving on.
This isn't even a straw man. This is made out of like gauzy stuff that you pull out of your like navel. This is navel stuff.
Well, yeah.
So the whole reason we saw the sun move was the Earth's rotation. Yeah.
It is.
Okay, that's accurate. We're good so far.
He just thought that. I don't think he's aware of it though.
My spidey senses are tingling. Right. Oh boy, jump in there, somebody please.
That those aren't your spidey senses. Those are your last few brain cells finally killing themselves.
Struggling for air.
You know what the sad thing is?
It's like the creature listening to the Vogon poetry where the spinal crawls up in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and throttles the person's brain. It's trying to put him out of his misery.
All right, drink.
Okay, Andy.
God.
The sad thing is that people of this guy's caliber actually probably do believe you could become a superhero from being bitten by a radioactive spider, but actually disregard the fact that the Earth rotates.
Indeed.
So radioactive spiders, totally plausible.
Yeah,
Zombie apocalypse, totally plausible.
Gamma rays?
The Earth rotates? No way. That's bullshit. That's bullets
Those are
to
actually
the highest
gamma
order.
rays from the giant flying turtle, isn't it?
I think it's hanging up from a string like on a Christmas tree or something. Just
my
dangling there.
My dudes, the idea that the Earth rotates is totally not tubular. It's totally not tubular.
It's the taco-shaped Earth again. We got to get this straight.
No, donut. It's a donut.
Hey. That could be construed as sexist.
Come on, guys. Still not be bringing that up.
All right. Let's, okay, now, the guy
Sorry,
mentioned...
I had to. I'll stop.
The guy here mentioned that the moon is not
Paranoid,
moving.
you gotta stop recommending people get pan-galactic gargle blasters when you're not paying for the bill.
We gotta go Dutch.
And there goes the panel.
I'm seriously trying to imagine what the fuck a gargle blaster looks like and what it does. And
Oh, it causes you basically your brain to leak out of your skull. It's a really potent drink, and they're rather expensive.
I have watched a lot of YouTube that does that. I don't need a pan-galactic anything.
We watch this crap. It does it.
That's true.
You change topics fast enough, I lose a little bit.
Hold on. Let's let this play a second. All right. You know what? He had said. Now I may just be tired, but his big objection was the moon's not moving, right? Okay. And we said
that was his best one.
And we said, okay, that's crap because that's, you know, obviously you got to fix the camera somewhere if you want to make a. Well, you don't have to, but you should. Anyway, now looking at this move, please correct me if I'm wrong. Like I say, I may be tired, but this may not be the best animation because would the relative motion of the continents not be going the other way with respect to the moon, since the moon is being pushed ahead and is moving a little bit faster? This video may not be the best one, but not for the reason he said.
Also, quick thing, I do want to add something. I found out what happens in Star Wars Episode 4 at 8 minutes and 17 seconds.
Okay.
So Leia's ship has been invaded and attacked by Darth Vader. You know, all that good stuff. You know, glory to the Empire, all that nice stuff. So then what happens is at exactly 8 minutes and 17 seconds, Darth Vader asks what has happened to the plans, to which Leia responds, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Okay.
And he clearly does not know what he's talking about, so Luke 8:17 actually was appropriate for him to quote at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This movie,
great words. Everybody say Yoda.
All right. No. We were actually waiting for that. I was hoping we wouldn't just forget and move on. Excellent.
Clearly, Star Wars knew about the eclipse in advance and knew that we'd be making this video and knew that we would have something to be watching where we would have no idea what they were talking about.
I think he might have been.
Yes, you see, it all fits together now.
I'm thinking
also,
he was more
that's
the
no moon.
Bible thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's that Luke.
You know, this might be something for Science Sunday, but I'm going to bring it up right now anyways. What in the world happens when Phobos or Deimos eclipses on Mars?
It looks really boring and dull, apparently, because they're not nearly...
Yeah, because
they're not even round. They're freaking goofy, shaped, weird-looking things.
I mean, Earth is slightly oblate, but they're, oblate.
They're not even close to round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're sort of vaguely potato-like.
They're asteroids that are more round than those moons.
Are we round-shaming them?
Round-shaming.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We don't want to pay any attention to any moon that is not a proper sphere.
Okay, we're going to get in trouble. We're going to get in trouble.
That it can't gravitationally form a nice sphere like our moon, which is a proper moon.
RJ.
It's a really good moon.
RJ,
it's not even technically a moon. We're actually kind of more of a binary planet.
Don't make me get the bell.
You're not talking about our planetary system here being bi-planetary, are you?
Guys, don't make me get the bell.
All right.
I'll do it.
Let's continue. Let's go forth. Let us go forth from this point in history and continue to educate the uneducated.
Our moon supremacy.
I will turn this movie night around right now.
All right. Let us see.
Come on, you kids. Come on, we're going to turn this car right around now and go right back to Mars.
Our moon is pretty because it's really white.
Yeah. We got lucky. It's nice and round, pretty.
So now it has to be a white moon?
We're moon
supremacists. Round moon?
Yeah. It's only one, though. We don't have a moon that looks like Muad'Dib.
It's only one.
On that note, Let us
jump right in there with those notes there, Si. Just
Let
trying
us-
to gain control of the show.
let us
Hey,
try
Si.
to navigate our way back to at least
Hey,
the
Si.
same zip code
Si.
as the track.
Si.
Yes,
Hey,
Hill.
Si.
Yes, Hill.
Speaking of navigating, are we
Yes.
there yet?
All right, now if we could get somewhere near back on
Absolutely,
track.
Daddy.
So how do you explain that? How do you explain it, though? That's what I want to know. How do you explain that?
Shai Halud.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, there we go.
Let's link back. Let's find out what we're trying to fucking explain, because I've got
right.
no idea.
Okay, here's the point. Here's the thing I noticed, and like I said, just this was before our revelation about what Luke was actually up to at that point in time. Now, this little video, is the video wrong? I'm saying not for the reasons that the guy said about the moon not moving, but if we were fixed, obviously the moon's staying in the center of the screen, so we're assuming the camera is holding position relative with the moon.
Yeah, the moon should actually be the Earth should be rotating backwards.
We
just as
should
it was in that other video.
If we were in a fixed position behind the moon, which we don't see a rotation of the moon, so we're not letting it pass us while maintaining a constant distance, the moon should be overtaking the continents, not falling behind.
It actually, I'm not exactly sure, but it might be doing that, except very slightly.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean there, Si.
All right, here. Let me back it up a little bit, just because God knows.
I think I see what you're saying, but I think
Okay, look at this.
Yeah, let's watch again.
New Jersey, my house, appears to be moving. Okay, now we're not moving at all.
Okay, so what Si was trying to point out is through the animation, you see the Earth rotating in the proper direction, and then you see the shadow moving across faster. The moon is not moving.
Right,
the way it should actually be going.
Look at what North America's doing.
Slow rotation backwards.
Yeah, and the moon
looking down on the Earth, the moon is rotating around clockwise.
Yeah, if they oriented it in such a way that the moon's shadow is pointing to a fixed object, then the Earth would have to be moving the other direction, because then it would be from that point of view. So they're mixing their perspectives. But of course, all I know is never going to be able to figure that one out.
Yes, all right.
This isn't accurate, because you think that, okay, so the Earth and the moon are both fixed in this. Neither of them are moving.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
the Earth's rotating, but the moon isn't. It's stationary.
Is rotating, the Earth is rotating, but the shadow is going the opposite direction that the Earth is rotating, and we only see it rotating from the Earth's orbit around the Earth. They're in alignment, so that rotation is basically the motion of the moon.
Oh my God,
really
Kara,
wanted to
are
do
you
everything
saying
to
that this is a
scale-
perspective issue?
Yeah.
Are you really claiming perspective?
Maybe the Earth
If
is
we were
flat.
showing it to scale, we would be on the
I'm
the
not
moon
saying-
correctly, and the Earth would be really far away. We
Look
would
at
see
that.
it very difficult, and you'd have to get out your magnifying glasses, and then, of course, you would find some other reason to complain about it.
All right, my imagination just threw myself into vertigo. Is that normal?
Yes.
These
So
things
like
happen.
Alfred Hitchcock, I don't think that's a problem.
Well, no, I just spent a lot of time trying to figure out what most of those words meant, and while I think I know what most of those words meant, and I think I understand the concept being presented, I still lost a little bit of brain right there.
You lost that a long time ago.
Well, I am a brain
It's been going a
sample.
while.
I am a brain sample, not an entire brain.
True. Touche, sir. Touche.
You're gonna have more of your brain sucked out before this evening is done. I promise you, sir.
I have dated way too many women to have retained all of my brain cells.
Okay.
That was a drinking joke, not a sexist joke.
And for the sexist joke, the answer is how many? More than one?
Why in the world do I suddenly want my last name to be Boltzmann?
I don't
Be a
know.
Boltzmann brain.
Yeah, let's get back where we
Do
were.
whatever you want. That's what my parents told me.
I think that's very admirable.
So, what are we going to try and...
Well, in that case, you should be named Crichton.
All right, here's where we were. Back on track. If somebody would please give me a hold your head up. And nobody says
Hold your
anything.
head up.
Moving on.
Close. This
What do we need to explain?
or this.
Oh, I get it.
Some of that.
I get it. Is he trying to say
I'm
that
pretty
that's
sure-
the Earth's shadow on the moon? Which is that
No,
what he's trying to
no,
say?
he's talking about the distance. He's talking about the scale.
Oh,
No,
it's just
Yeah.
another
He's
scale.
referring to- He's referring to the soundtrack. 70s
Yeah, 'cause it's
rock.
epic.
Fucking prog rock. Go on, explain that.
That shit's epic.
He doesn't understand optics.
I mean, if they did the animation like this,
Or this one,
you wouldn't
perhaps.
be able to see any image of the Earth would be useless.
You notice how the Earth all kind of seems to be about the same size because it's the same distance away from the moon?
I'm really concerned about the size of the human being in that picture, all things considered.
He was a stand-in for one of the Transformers.
He's a fucking giant.
Huge.
Why does he got a shower head in his hand? Is he bathing the moon?
I thought of that comment a little bit ago, and I just kept it to myself. Turns out I should have made it. It was funny.
Oh yeah, never hold back.
Sorry, Darty, to steal your glory.
So now this little numbskull.
So we actually address it. The reason it's shown in this scale is because if they showed it in the scale with with the astronaut and all that, you wouldn't be able to see the shadow go across the Earth. It's too
You
small.
wouldn't even see the
It's
astronaut. He'd be tiny. He'd be minuscule compared to the Earth and the moon.
He's really far away.
I don't care how big a showerhead is.
They have to make it look like this, otherwise it wouldn't be usable.
Yeah, the showerhead is casting the shadow in this picture.
The showerhead is bigger than the Earth. How do you explain that?
I think that's God.
And you'll notice how he kind of skips giving us any explanation of what he thinks was going on. Okay, let us assume the Earth is not a sphere. Let us assume that the moon is not where everybody thinks it is. Where the F is it? How big? What is going on here? You never get to that part. No matter how many little T's shaped like crosses you put in, no matter how many times you decide to put rhetorical questions and smiley faces, you need to kind of explain something, and you never do.
Well, the great thing is the mirrors are still there. All you have to do is get enough money together to make a laser powerful enough. You can measure it for yourself because the mirrors are there because people went there.
Indeed.
Much expense God pays for Windex to keep those mirrors clean.
Well, obviously not enough to shelter anybody in a 17,500 person church.
Well, that's true. But then again, that God.
I mean, come on, you're running a slim budget when you're working with God here.
The flooding. There was
spend it all on the Windex and paper towels. Now we got to figure it out.
This guy with he's like showerhead. I think, hey, look, God, and he's thinking 4.
Yes, there's
There you go. That's another way to look at it.
That little moon down there, and it's going to fit right into that little hole.
It's going to get a hole in one.
Jesus playing video golf.
Or
You know what they say? They can't hear you shower in space.
All right, here we go. So far, this is long on questions and short on any rational responses.
Yes,
RJ, you're right. I guess that's the point.
A lot of rational thought here.
Here's a question that the viewer probably won't be able to answer. Therefore, flat Earth. I guess that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, and because he's not actually putting a narration in, I'm going to have to go back to the damn narration, even though you promised us voice.
I noticed voice coming. Here we go.
And it doesn't take a rocket science to realize ... If you landed on this yellow arrow,
It wouldn't shrink.
Maybe it was cold. It's cold in space.
Yeah, back that one up for the drink.
All right, who the fuck put Earth in the laundry?
Yeah. Who put a fucking wool sweater in the dryer?
You motherfucker.
That's what causes plate motion, continental drift. So the shrinkage of the thing causes the land masses to move around and form mountain ranges. Don't you read geology?
Oh, that's what it is. God's dryer.
The temperature is what causes the shrinkage.
Plate tectonics. I think we just came up with the new best theory.
If it's cold,
and before the flood, God made a point of putting that little thing in the dryer to make sure that it smelled nice, and they didn't do that afterwards. So it's all been done.
Ball or whatever they call them things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, back to the drink.
Yes.
The Earth should look like that size. You gotta. Relative distance matters.
They don't understand that at all.
The camera matters. The fucking dimensions of the camera and its lens will have a direct effect on how it looks. Holy fucking shit, people.
Not to mention you're 70,000 miles away from it.
All right, here we go.
And then a ball over 2,000 miles wide. Another yellow arrow, just in case you forgot. Couldn't create a pinhole-sized shadow, except a pinhole-sized shadow is the size of Oregon.
Yes.
Pinhole.
Yeah.
Shut up, Pinhead.
Oh, that tiny Earth, 238,900 miles away.
Okay, you fucking
Yeesh.
flat earthers decide on whether you think these distances are big, on whether you think they're big or small. I mean, fucking just decide.
It's
Indeed.
too big,
They're
small.
both big and small at the same time. That's
Fits their narrative better.
It's like genetics in Kentucky. It's cousin mama.
Harry M.
father.
has picked up the Star Wars thread here. Says, man, the stupid is strong in this one.
Indeed. All right. Here we go.
I reject your animation for the August 21st eclipse. Five.
Drink.
Fine.
drink.
Okay.
Fine, so
Drink.
what? Now
Andy
what?
Cole. Andy Cole. Drink. You're
Drink.
up. You're up, Andy.
Okay. I'm pretty sure every single person here that is in North America, South America, Central America, for some reason was on a boat in the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean, can all attest to the fact that that shit was happening.
I believe so.
So, if it was happening before our eyes, it was not animated, unless he's somehow trying to suggest that it was a projection on the...
Truman
what?
Show.
Like,
I've got some really
bloody
bad news.
fucking hell is he actually going for at this point?
How
Well,
they
we
faked it.
know you run the projector. We've already
has-
settled that. You're the
There
one
were
that projects
hundreds
the
of
moon
millions
shadow.
of people that
Yeah,
watched
so-
it, and I don't know about you, RJ, but I was not running the sun projector.
Yeah,
I wasn't running the moon
Oh, say it
projector.
ain't so.
I was
Say
watching
it
it.
ain't so.
If
Guys,
not, then
it's so
what?
it's super easy. It's staring us right in the face. So what they did was they thought, okay, we need to make this eclipse look like it's gonna be like all the globe Earth places have modeled it out. So what they did is on the day of the eclipse, they got all their equipment set up and they took an image of the moon in a projector and then projected it onto the moon. It's genius.
Oh, that's
That is
perfect.
pretty fucking clever.
And it's also
Or how about the giant frisbee? NASA has a huge frisbee that they launch from a catapult, and they're very carefully structured so that it forms the eclipse. I mean, there must be a way that they can do that.
You know-
Sure, the flat earthers, when they predict the next eclipse exactly based upon their rigorously worked out mathematical models, will be able to easily eclipse the science of those nasty spherical people.
I have no doubt. And this seems like a strangely
we're not-
They've
inappropriate
done it
thing
so
to
many
say.
times before, as in like how many have they done that before?
Wait, let me count.
Like
Wait.
none,
Wait. No, I got nothing.
zero.
Yeah, how do you actually count to
it's
zero?
Zero. Yeah,
I mean, how do you
Well, I'll tell
actually
you though,
count
this
to
guy
zero?
is
That's
trying to work back into negative numbers on this one.
All right. And, yeah, let us move on, because...
Oh, not a catapult, a trebuchet, Paranormal says. Oh, you get all so French there. Yes, but of course we want to know whether or not...
don't
Yeah,
don't talk about trebuchets unless you want to start chucking pumpkins.
Yeah,
Yeah, either that or
guys,
I
trebuchet
fought in your general direction.
you want to launch a projectile at your enemy, a ballista is the only way to go.
Oh, my.
This is all French.
Okay,
to
that
me.
I will actually agree with. The ballista is the way to go.
It's all French to me.
And how many hit points does that take off there, Hill?
Depends on how the DM rolls.
Of course. Okay, as silly as this conversation is getting.
You count. You count 2-0.
Those multi-sided dice were cool. Hmm. All right.
Yeah, you count to 0. You count to 0 by going past 19. I know it's a delayed joke, but everybody started talking about trebuchets.
All right. I'm sorry we made you wait for that one. Here we go.
Okay, so we've all seen the shadow of
Told you.
the Tom and Jerry where the mouse comes in.
Kudos for the
room and
music.
scares the cat, but the cat looks at him and realizes it's a mouse.
It's Slender Man.
Normal that objects cast shadows bigger than themselves the farther the shadow is from the object.
Oh my.
That's projecting the shadow.
Here it comes.
Here's an illustration of how
Oh,
it works.
Christ.
You have a light source, you have an object, in this case a sphere, and then you have a surface.
Okay. Who called that, Jared?
I did.
Okay, you're up.
Okay, you fucking idiot. The light source for an eclipse is massively larger than the object creating the shadow.
Are you saying the sun is not a point source?
Maybe a little bigger.
Well, no, it has a lampshade over it. It's more like a spotlight.
Okay.
Got little frillies on it and shit on the ends.
Tassels.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sun tassels.
I'm sorry I interrupted your insult for this fellow. Please, go ahead.
Clap on, clap off.
No, that's it. Is you reverse the size of the cone, and then you have an accurate depiction.
Indeed, and there are drawings all over the place to demonstrate that.
Now,
There's no reason for this
assume
picture
the
to appear
sphere
now.
in the middle is the Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is
No,
it the
it's
moon?
the moon.
No, that's the moon.
Okay,
It's
so
a
the
cat
Earth is
toy.
a fucking board on its side?
Yes, yes, it is.
All right.
This is
Okay.
an LED lighting a cat toy against a piece of carpet.
Okay.
So I've really got to wonder at this point in time, is he for gravity because that's why we would stick to the side of a fucking board floating through space? Like
Okay, apparently
That's an excellent point.
apparently there's a new theory.
Haven't you
The
noticed
Earth
how
is flat.
sticky the Earth is?
The Earth is in fact flat, but it's sideways.
I am magnetic.
It's a giant piece of plywood flying through space.
The sideways. Look, if people fell for that trees thing on the flat Earth, they would fall for a sideways flat Earth.
Exactly. If you think forests exist, you will buy
So-
them.
am I just stuck to that glass pane floating through space from Superman?
Something like yes, exactly.
We're imprisoned.
The shadow zone.
All right, here we go. Maybe he'll clarify. Maybe he'll
This
clarify.
on which the shadow is
I'll reserve
cast.
judgment.
Now, if you notice, when the object isn't right up against the surface, the shadow is bigger than the object. We've
Anybody
all
else
seen
have
this,
questions already?
and we can duplicate it ourselves.
We should just, in addition
Asked
to the
and answered.
yeah,
Asked and answered.
and in addition to the non-point source nature of the sun, we should just throw out the word scale as well.
No, let's fuck that.
Okay, all right, moving on.
No, we are not going to
You can use a
fucking
quarter or ping
no.
pong paddle headlights of your car in a garage door. You see it in the real world all the time. Look at this picture here. The sun has swung around to our region. The light is being cast over the peak of this mountain, and look at the shadow.
That is a
CGI.
SciStrike.
It's all CGI.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm convinced
Side.
now.
Yeah.
Didn't we get some footage like that at sunset in Tennessee?
We did, in fact, and Sean was going to publish it. Did he publish it on his channel? Do you know?
Not yet. Not that
yet.
I've
Then let's hold off. We could talk about it. We could talk about it, but I don't want to eclipse
so-
Sean.
Doesn't this photo require that the sun is below the level of the clouds?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let's just
let it
say
go. Just
that-
let it go.
Yeah, that was a couple.
The
Let's just
forest
say
is all burned after that. It's all gone
Okay,
now.
sorry. My bad.
let's just
Actually,
say
really
it's
interesting-
extremely possible
really-
that in the very near
Yeah.
future, over on Sean Hufford's channel, there'll be a video that will point out just how dumb what he's saying right now actually is. It's possible. You might want to
This
keep
is
an
a-
eye on
This is a really pretty picture, though.
it. Isn't
It
it?
is.
It is.
All
Makes
right.
me serene, kind of.
Yeah, makes me want to do terrible things to myself.
You always want to do that.
All right.
Oh
I-
my.
No, I don't.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but all I'm seeing is, as far as doing something terrible to yourself, I'm guessing you want to walk to Mordor.
Oh,
You
nice.
don't making me.
Is that
I envisaged
Mordor?
I envisaged myself sacrificing for the greater good by dying a fiery death from a dragon.
All right, moving on.
it is, the wider it gets, because that is how it works in nature. That's
Find
what's
me a flat Earth
duplicatable.
idiot and make him
That's
worthy of
what
Mordor.
can be demonstrated, and this is
Never gonna happen.
Notice
Earth
that
are talking about this is what happens in
shadow
nature.
is never smaller than the object. But explain this. This is supposedly an image from space of an eclipse over Mexico. And if you look at a map, you can see that's 50 or maybe 60 miles across.
No, that's not. It's bullocks. Total bullocks.
How would they get that image? I mean,
but could the moon cast a shadow smaller than itself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much. Sure can. Any other questions?
Sorry, we lost one.
Oh no, that's fucking physically impossible for anything to ever do that. You fuck it.
All right, here we go.
This illustration. If the ball is right up against the surface, the shadow's the exact same size.
If the sun is directly over your head,
balls against surfaces.
All right. If the sun is directly over your head, your shadow is really itty bitty. But if the sun is behind you and setting dramatically, your shadow is huge.
Okay, Andy called drink. You're up.
No one was supposed to tell you about the size of balls and the shadows that they cast. That was supposed to be kept between
consenting
I
adults.
can't finish.
Okay, and keep in mind.
I'm sorry, Kara. I'm sorry, Kara.
And keep in mind, he who made that statement, that will be the serious voice on Science Sunday.
Hey.
All right, and you know what?
I can talk about science and balls in the same day.
That's true.
Clearly.
All right.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think we are.
Kind of. All right. Now, okay, he's got 6 pictures that are all trying to demonstrate. Well, you know what? Let's just cover it. It is asked and answered, but since he is showing the picture, someone's attention might be fixated on it. 6 pictures. Okay. Sun's not a point source. Scale. 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 Earth isn't on an angle like that. Sun's not a point source. Scale. Actually, this last one is getting closer to reality. But scale.
Yeah.
There. Okay. And yeah, the last one is it's getting there. See how it's not as dark around the outside because of the non-point source nature of what the sun actually is. All right.
Yeah, Daphne gets close occasionally.
Here we go.
Way the edges might become blurry, and the shadow can actually be bigger than the object, but it can't be smaller.
Nope.
Unless you have. Oh, I didn't call drink. Anybody? All right, drink. I win.
Right, it's okay. I think you got him.
Oh, all right. Okay.
All right, I'm to the point where I have more moonshine than beer. So this is where it gets weird.
I'm pretty sure it got weird when I started talking about balls on plates.
Indeed.
Like something 250,000 miles away, a quarter the size of the Earth, casts a shadow 50 miles across right there. And they could probably come up with some.
That's not 50 miles.
Yeah, no, that's.
Dude, how fucking small does this guy think Mexico is?
500 miles across.
All right. One, the totality size is wrong. Not 50 miles, as has already been said.
Mm-hmm.
2, you're missing the rest of the umbra.
Yeah, that's a really dark spot.
To try to explain it, but even when you look at a chart that shows you where the eclipse is, look at the width of this band. I mean, look at the
totality only.
Okay. Oh, okay. I heard one call for drink in there. Who was that?
It was me, and I was going to say the same thing. That's only the path of totality. That's not the entire shadow.
Yeah, seriously, this fucking moonshine is going to be the death of me.
Oh yeah, geez. I hope you're mixing it with something. This show will kill you.
There's peaches in here. That's where do you think I get my fruit?
Okay, then.
Hard to say. Hard to say.
I'm not touching that one.
I gotta ask you, can you back it up to that shot of Mexico again?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. There you go.
Get a map.
All right. Is this guy talking about what was that, 1993 or 1995 or so eclipse that went over Mexico City? And are those clouds the UFOs that Mexico went insane about?
No, Mexico City's 1,000 miles north of that.
Well, I'm aware, but it's all fun and games and drinks. And,
all right. No,
I mean, come on. There were like 1 million people that thought they saw UFOs.
I think Mexico's the size of New Hampshire.
Okay. We pounced
Connecticut.
We pounced on Andy.
It's clearly the size of Connecticut.
Maryland, the skinny part.
You guys realize we're watching Flat Earth videos, right? We just pounced on Andy for a factual...
Flat Earth videos on the globe. Wow. Yep. Yep.
Also, 1991.
91. Thank you.
Nerd.
My apologies.
Thank you, but nerd.
All right, here we go.
Congratulations.
You know what? I'd rather be a nerd than a flat earther.
Of this band. I mean, look at the northwest part of it. If it went right over Salem, you couldn't even see a partial eclipse from Eugene or Portland.
What?
That's only about a 45-minute, maybe an hour drive.
What? That's not what that says at all.
How long of a drive is it to go smack him in the fucking neck?
That depends.
Sounded better and better, isn't it?
If you're driving a car traveling 60 kilometers an hour...
I feel like the closest person should take it upon themselves to go smack him in the fucking neck.
Drink. Is what he's saying that fucking only the totality part is what was seen, that no one else seen it?
That's what he said.
Well, I would have to disagree. I'm 4 hours north of totality in Illinois, and I seen 87% totality. So that's pretty fucking big, man. That's quite a big number.
I had some really cool fucking shadows on the ground in front of me.
In defense of this poor fellow, he probably couldn't see any of this from his parents' basement. I mean, let's be fair.
For fuck's sake, I had a telescope running out of my own house.
His parents' basement closet.
Playing D&D.
Oh God!
One of the best days of my life I ever had was we had it's like a 3/4. No, it was more than a 3/4. If you look in this picture, I'm to the right of the lowest part of Lake Michigan. My town might actually be labeled there, close to the right edge of Indiana. At any rate, I was working a job where all I had to do was walk around in the morning and water plants for about 3 hours. Just stand over a hose and so I had a really good hookup for acid, and so I'm tripping my balls off.
That escalated quickly.
So you made a flat Earth video.
This story turned left. I like it.
Yeah. So all the little pinhole light spots that come through trees that you normally just disregard were these little crescent moons, and every time the slightest breeze moved, all these little crescent moons moved together. And I wasted a lot of fucking water that morning.
I'm curious.
You know, when I first heard you saying that you were spending your time walking around watering plants, I was going to say you should move to Colorado. We need people watering certain plants out here. But, you know,
I was just gonna
it sounds like Illinois is a better place to be right now.
Sadly, I'm trapped where I am here in Indiana, running a house from an
Indiana.
Yeah, I live in one of the I states. I get it.
Yeah, we're all the same.
All right.
Put all the I states together.
I hate to do this.
Put them right in a row too. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and they're not in alphabetical order.
Where's the ignoramus state that the guy that made this video is from?
That's what I need to know. Who's closest, and how do we get to smack him in the neck?
Well, chances are, if he's a flat earther, there's a better chance that he's in Denver or Fort Collins than anywhere else.
Fort Collins is
They all seem to be here right now. I don't know why.
That's bizarre.
I mean, you guys have all seen little
in herds.
Neo-Nazi Daphne. She obviously is from here. Fucking psychopath.
She's off the YouTube.
They're gonna ban fire pretty soon. Be careful. That's what she told me.
Well, you know, I'm glad Daphne's gone. She has no reason having a voice on the internet.
I
am finding
so
it hard
need
to
her
disagree.
voice. I need her. I can only put up with her for a little bit over about, you know, I'll do a video on her and it takes me about 3 weeks to get over it, but I need that.
It's an obsession, isn't it?
Daphne fix.
It's like a fucking addiction. Like,
Yeah, it's okay. We're all here for you.
I have found so much of her older shit since she left the interwebs.
Mm-hmm.
The videos that are now available of hers are fucking hysterical. I think the one I'm going to hit next is her bitching about being brutalized and bullied when she was in high school because she was pretty.
I bet it was horrible.
Wow.
And then,
the horror.
And then the flat Earth thing became hip, and somehow apparently that's when she jumped in and kind of admits to it. Dude, I'm so looking forward to making this video.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, if all the cool kids are being idiots, I mean, it may as well be too.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, wasn't that always the question that your parents asked? If all the cool kids jump off the bridge, you're gonna jump off the bridge too, right?
Yeah, somebody's got to save those dumbasses.
All right.
Why do you think we put you in swim class?
I got water wings.
Okay. And here we go.
It's a bridge over a train. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Okay. I'm guessing everyone's having fun this show. All right.
Or everybody found his stash of LSD.
I told you it was going to get weird when I got to the point where they had more moonshine than beer.
Yeah, these things happen.
You had a 3-minute warning.
We understand completely.
All right. I gotta say though, as Emma pointed out, now is the perfect opportunity to drink moonshine.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White light.
But is it reflected light or is it actually caused by the moon?
It's white.
No, the moon's got a light bulb in the middle, probably.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Light.
Like a disco
ball. Don't you heathens
So what do you guys
read?
What are you guys trying to tell me? That because I happen to like bourbon as opposed to moonshine, that means that there's a giant corn cob in the sky?
You are the dark side of
You're the one that suggested it.
Yeah. He who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah, I'll take
Hold
that.
your head up.
Moving on.
Hold your head up.
So that is maybe an hour and a half. But nonetheless, look at the size of the path. So when they show you this, don't you scratch your head for a minute and go, how is that possible? The shadow is the same size as the object.
Can I ask for a timeout? I don't want to call a drink or anything, but who is this motherfucker?
This is, I don't have a good name for you, but the channel name is The Potter's Clay. All one word.
Ooh,
so if you're terribly interested in following up on his wisdom, that's where you go.
He's a high school art teacher? Is that what we're seeing?
I'm guessing he
just imagine somebody making a beautiful sculpture on the little sculpture wheel, and they suddenly have a seizure, and it goes. That's kind of what happens in his head.
I was guessing that this was the art teacher that Ken Ham had.
He spun the wheel really fast and put a garden hose on it to make sure it just got really fucking flat. There it is.
In other words,
Foof. This is what the flood looked like.
And we gotta remember the blue toilet water.
Yep.
Don't splash your nuts with the blue water. That's
Gotta add that if we're gonna do science.
Is Ken Ham a firmament guy? I can't remember. Or is that just Kent Hovind? Which one, SciStrike? You know. Is Ken Ham a firmament guy?
No, Ham's not the firmament guy. That's Hovind, or was Hovind.
Ken Ham blocked me. Bam!
Congrats.
Unfortunately, Hovind's one of those Colorado trailer park guys.
Oh no, he's from East Peoria, baby. He's from Illinois.
Artemis.
Well, he got his
Richard Pryor
paper handed to him doctorate in Colorado.
Well, I think.
Oh,
well, I don't think he
somewhat
actually did it in
unaccredited.
Colorado. I think it was in mail order mode. So he was
Yeah, I
doing this
believe
by
so.
correspondence.
I have a childhood story.
Yeah, I think it was
that
Yeah, I'm
always in
pretty sure it
Florida.
was the same mail order that was being used during Waco.
Has anybody read his dissertation at all? It
Yes.
is fucking like a fifth grader.
Yep.
To do.
Yes. First of all, you don't.
No.
Wait, he actually did write a dissertation? Are you serious? He actually wrote one?
It's available online. He keeps on revising it.
That's what it's
Oh
called.
my god.
It's a PDF of a dot matrix printout.
And clearly he did not have the spell checker activated.
No,
when he wrote it.
not at all.
He did, but he didn't avail himself to its use. It's because it was clearly written on. I was in college at this
That
point.
wasn't God's word, so it wasn't true anyway.
Yes. No, it was. Oh god.
He just thought they were red letter meanings.
It's not the worst dissertation I've ever read. And they
Oh,
both.
that's frightening.
Yeah, and the other one got her PhD from hers as well. And she went to a reputable university. Well, it's a Christian university, but at least it's accredited.
Right.
Okay.
Burpa?
Yeah, she education,
Like-
PhD in education, and there's 4 misspellings on the first page.
Wow.
Well, at least we can be reasonably certain that no one will ever accuse Daphne of ever doing a dissertation.
The great irony is that misspelled is one of the words that's misspelled.
That's a crowning achievement. There, that is. That makes it perfect.
There's only one S in her misspelled, and I was like, what does that mean?
They're not exactly credit to their phyla, are
Is
they?
that something a witch does? You misspelled her?
No, short S. Misspelled.
Sabrina twitched her nose with a cold, and she ended up with a little snot bubble kid that grew up. Sorry, did I interrupt again?
Isn't that what we're looking out there? The little snot bubble that's falling on Mexico?
That's a little black snot bubble right there.
You know, when you look at a couple of those clouds, it does look like the beginning of a smiley face.
Or someone being surprised, like, oh!
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. No, I can't do
It's
it.
the giant white UFO cotton balls off the coast of Yucatan that are about to be seeing the big black hole descending on them.
There exists a photo of me in clown makeup that is fairly well representative of the juxtaposition of the eyes, nose, and the face.
Yeah,
Oscar, who the fuck was it that said that it was a banana face? Was it you?
I don't think so. It must have been Oscar. I don't think I said that.
It wasn't. I can't remember who it was.
Okay. Jason
At
is
any rate, there's a picture of me. The concept was that it was a clown who put on his clown makeup and then went to bed and woke up with bed face. So all of the makeup was shifted slightly to the left on my face.
Jason says, play.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Jason says, let's get moving. Here we go.
In all scientific demonstrations. Now, when they show you one of their baloney illustrations and say, no, this is the magic. Look, the sun is so big it encompasses everything.
It's the same size as the Earth.
And apparently, the solar system has shrunk considerably in the time I've been away.
You gotta get it all inside the firmament.
Well, I guess this is why global warming exists. The sun's just creeping up on us.
The moon's receding. Drink. He would love to see an example to scale. Well, look outside, motherfucker. You want to see an example to scale?
Yeah. It's called reality, bitch.
Look out the window.
Take a look.
Yeah, he wants that 1-to-1 scale map of the solar system on his computer.
He's got a mobile. He still has a
Jason,
mobile
yes.
hanging over his bed that he made in the 6th grade that he thinks accurately represents the fucking solar system.
That's creepy. I read a story once about a guy that he made a map of. It was a 1-to-1 scale of the whole town, and pretty soon the whole town was just a map. That reminds me of that when you said that. It was a fucking creepy ass story.
All right.
So that's hysterical.
Housekeeping break. Jason, the answer to your question is yes. everybody's actually went out this week. The only addresses I'm lacking are My Dixie Wrecked and Gilgamesh. That's it. Everybody else is shipped this week. Again, just like last week, I'll say sorry for the delay. Was getting ready for the eclipse, but there's the answer to your question. Yes, I did, in fact. And what do they say? The mid is in the mail. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I owe you an address.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Please.
This may sound like a ridiculous rhetorical question at this point, but what is exactly preventing this guy from performing his own thought experiment to figure out what the solar system looks like to scale?
He needs.
I know the answer. I know the answer, RJ. The answer was in your question. Thought.
Yeah, I told you it was a rhetorical question.
No, it's more confounding than that. I continue to have this thought that they have these vivid imaginations that make it possible for these things that they believe to exist, but they lack the imagination to actually apply real science to the world and the universe and the cosmos and the theories contained therein. They're self-limiting because they say, well, I can't imagine that that's true. You know, it's always that level of fucking discourse. So I get I can't imagine string theory. I struggle with that, and I can't imagine particles that pop into and out of existence. But I know it happens. I can accept that it happens. I don't know where my failure comes in, where I can't imagine something, and I feel like it's necessary for me to accept that. I don't just immediately dismiss it. I just suspend. I err on the side of that's probably the case.
Well, if you have trouble with string theory, you first start with yarn ball theory, and then you work your way up.
That's RJ's way of saying hit play. Here we go.
Light just
I was trying to be empathetic.
Shoots
and for a sociopath, you should
the
all be
moon.
kissing my ass.
It makes a spot smaller than the moon. But actually, that is the exact opposite of what you really find in the real world. If the eclipse spot in this image was the light source, the shadow would be the size of the sun. It's the opposite. Look at the picture again. Light source.
What is he talking about?
Asked and answered.
What?
Well, you can take up the issue again by all means. Somebody yell drink. Feel free to take up the issue again.
I can't
drink. Asked and answered.
Okay.
Fast enough.
Wow, I thought there was speaking going on. Here we go.
Yeah,
shadow,
drink, asked,
which
and
is
answered.
bigger than
Already
the
got
object
it.
unless the object is right up against the surface upon which it is casting the shadow. And we all know that light travels straight. If these two sticks were sundials, the light would have to be straight, or your sundials would never be accurate. And
Which
yet,
two sticks?
What they want to do is tell you that somehow, even though the sun's 93 million miles away from us, and it's 92,750,000 miles away from the moon, it does this.
Yeah, it does that.
That is a joke.
I'll say it. Yep.
Why can't it do that?
Seriously, who lives closest? Who lives closest?
Wait, closest to this guy or closest to the sun?
Closest to the sun, yeah. You know, you want to have those people that live closest to the sun. Some of you that live farther away from the sun, you know, like you maybe 8,000 or 10,000 miles farther away.
Let's see, what time of year is it?
What time of day is it? Who's closer right now?
I'm told that's Florida. So
that gets complicated, but we can actually figure it out if we use real science.
Because he's claiming the sun is a direct light source, like it's a fucking flashlight beam or something. That's the way he's saying it's a flashlight beam.
Not only a flashlight.
To test his idea is literally a flashlight and like any object.
Show me the fucking.
You fucking get like a tiny bouncy ball and a flashlight, and you're done.
I got a great idea to actually do that.
I mean, how fucking easy is this shit? Why haven't you just had to send it to the level
it's that
where they
fucking
don't
easy.
even know how to use a fucking flashlight?
Get a flashlight and a marble, motherfucker!
A blue one.
Yes, I can't do the bouncy ball experiment here, unfortunately.
Get
You know,
flashlight and a BB.
the pug.
Get something smaller than the fucking light source. You.
Hill, I have to disagree with you a little bit.
Oh.
I think the way that they see it is more to the effect of it's a fucking laser.
Ah.
No. Laser.
Laser.
It's not just a point source of light, but it only emits light in one particular pattern, in one particular direction, at one particular point in time of day.
It's the lampshade that sits on the leg lamp from Christmas Story. That's what sits over the sun to make sure that it don't.
As we all know, whenever we look at the
lampshade of God.
So the sun is a major award, you're saying?
It's the underwear. The lampshade is the underwear of Jesus.
It's God's Grammy.
All right.
Wow. On the positive side, he has actually spelt the planets' names right.
Okay,
that is commendable.
We got to take the positives where we
backtrack
can.
a little bit. I gotta say, I'm really glad that if there's one part of Jesus that never made it to the 21st century, it's his underoos.
Actually, I'm more concerned about the fact
more like a loincloth.
Yeah, I appreciate more the fact that it's not his genitalia we're looking at. It's actually some, he's got some shit hiding his baggage.
I'm pretty sure the past.
Well, dude, if the guy was actually nailed to a cross, could you imagine how much fecal matter would be in that loincloth?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
My God, getting nailed to a cross, you'd be shitting your pants all over the place.
Hold your head up.
Moving on.
Ran down the.
This
What
from
kind of tree was it?
University of Montana, and they tried to replicate what they claim happens.
Was it olive wood? I thought it was
holy wood.
Oh yeah, no, it was Noah's Ark that was gopher wood.
Let's remember.
He creosote the shit out of that wood.
Sorry, but can you please
let's
stop
remember
talking about
the Mormons have magic underwear too.
Well, now we know why. It's absorbent.
I want some magic underwear.
Okay.
If I wear them on the outside.
So is all underwear that is brown magic?
No, that's just good timing.
It depends on what dyed them brown.
All right.
That guy's got the right idea.
Well, if you purposefully dye them brown,
if you're going to meet Jesus, you're going to want the brown underwear.
That would scare the shit out of me.
All right. It looks like we're on to an actual experiment of some sort here. Let me back this up.
And
there's a kitchen sink.
There we go. Okay, here. We'll start again here.
A small light diffused by a huge lens.
They claim happens with this model. On the right, you have the Earth. Then you have the moon. Then they inserted a light diffuser.
Yeah.
And that light diffuser.
No, Drake. The empty vacuum space is not
a diffuser. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what he did. I told you that's what he did.
Wait, Drake.
Okay.
Wait, I have something very important to say.
Okay, can we go back to the balls on a horizontal wall and find where he lives?
Wait, Ethernet. Hill called Drake. Hill, you're up.
Okay.
Sorry, Hill, I couldn't hear you. My apologies.
Okay. I accept your apology. You're welcome.
Seriously, I actually couldn't hear you. I do apologize.
Okay. What the fuck is it with flat earthers and this weird ass yellow font?
I don't know.
Is that a theme? This is my first exposure to it. Is that a theme?
Apparently so.
Okay.
I think RJ was right though. We could probably take something from every T being a cross. I think that was not accidental. All right, here we go. Back to the experiment.
It's not a cross. It's an upside down lightsaber.
Oh,
that explains it. Luke 8:17.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of intoxicants. What the fuck is he talking about?
Get back to your intoxicants.
They're not helping. What is he with the lightsaber?
You can see that somehow the shadow is manipulated in such a way that it looks like it's a little bit smaller in the middle, a little hazy around the edge.
Gee, almost like an Umbra and Penumbra. You mean that? You mean like an Umbra and Penumbra? Is that what you're trying to say, you bastard?
Sorry, I was going to say, welcome to how shadows work, also known as the real world.
Indeed.
Now, here's the thing. If he moves the moon a little bit further away and increases the size of the light source, holy shit, it would match reality.
Indeed.
Wow.
Except that
all he
spinning
needs
ball.
is a bedroom as big as the solar
You're
system.
still left with that spinning
Well, hold
ball.
on, hold
We know
on.
that's not
He's
real.
missing a very important thing. He forgot to put sunscreen on that lens.
There you go.
All right, that was my favorite story about stupid people putting fucking sunscreen on their eyeballs.
Was that true? Did that actually happen?
I thought
I don't
was a
care.
hoax.
I don't
Wait,
care.
hold on,
It's
what the
still
fuck?
funny.
It is funny.
Whoa, back up.
Yes.
Reverse. What the hell are you talking about?
Apparently, theoretically, there were reports, fictitious or not, of people putting, admitting themselves to ERs because they had put sunscreen in their eyes
to protect them from the eclipse while looking at it.
Oh, what the fuck?
It seems logical.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume it'd work, right?
Why
This
not?
may be apocryphal.
Oh, man.
It's still
That was the last
fucking
thing
funny,
they ever
but
You would think it'd be a lot easier to just pull the tinfoil down.
go with the Star Wars blast helmet.
That would work too. All right, here we go.
All right, this is why we. No, I'm just gonna leave that.
My Star
Okay.
Wars reference for the night. You're welcome.
It was a damn good one. Here we go.
This is what they tell us that eclipses do, but in the real world, where's the diffuser? There's supposedly an Earth.
No. It's not a. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say drink first. All right, you're up.
Yep. There is no diffuser.
There you
It's
go.
the fact that the sun is massively fucking huge.
I told you he was going to call it a diffuser. Did I not call that?
You did, in fact.
God, sunscreen.
All right, here we go. You know, actually, that whole sunscreen on the eyes thing, that might help us out a little in watching these stupid things.
I was wondering how many pairs of polarized sunglasses would it take to make an effective, how thick does that many layers of little black lines need to be before you could look at the sun?
3 to 5.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, we figured it out for Tennessee. We had to makeshift build a couple filters for Rhetoric's cameras, and at the 2.5% window tint you can get for a car, it took 5 layers to equal the solar goggles that I had.
Is that what is window tint polarized?
No. You're talking what you're talking about is more diffraction grading, and theoretically, you should be able to do it with 2. If they're at 90 degrees to each other, they're supposed to be absolute black.
That's what I was thinking.
Right. You should be able to take 2 pieces of glass, diffraction grading, and rotate them to whatever darkness you desire. So, there we go.
Yeah, I was buying sunglasses at a store, prescription sunglasses, and I wanted them polarized, and the guy said, well, that requires I think he called it a dip or a spray, and I was like, no, I want them polarized.
No.
I don't want them dipped or sprayed. I want them polarized.
Yeah, but single polarized would not. Just a single polarized lens wouldn't help you a hell of a lot. But 2.
Yeah, no, that it was just funny to me that there was a human being that in a store like that didn't realize that polarized had nothing to do with dipping or spraying.
Maybe they got polarization dipped now. Who the hell knows?
That would be a cool trick on a plastic lens, but I want to fucking see that shit.
All right, and here we go.
A moon, empty space for 93 million miles, and then a light source. This is the exact same.
Andy?
Fuck. God damn it.
It's not empty. It's actually filled quite literally to the brim.
Yeah, it's got all kinds
It
of
has
shit on it.
all of the particles imagined in your. Yeah, it's not empty. For the fuck's sake.
Yep, this one deserves a peach.
The near vacuum of space is not like some empty void where there's nothing that exists. That's, for the love of God, this isn't the land before time.
We're back to the French. There is nothing.
All right.
Now,
Here we go.
Valid point. Every bit
One
of that.
second. I want to ask, how is the drink?
The peaches are harsh. The booze.
No, that's the wrong answer. I say, how are they? And you say...
Peachy.
Nice.
Okay.
But now with this,
I fucking
with
hate
this?
you right now.
Yep.
Goddamn.
I'm really kind of concerned right now. Am I on Pornhub or am I on YouTube?
You're on fucking Punhub.
Glad to know I'm doing
Punhub. Oh my god, we got to start that right. I'm getting it. I'm getting it tonight. I'm buying Punhub.com.
Copyright.
If I ask you, how's the drink? How do you reply? It's creamy.
All right.
It puts it in the basket. What do you want me to say, man?
Hit and play. Hit and play. And I am buying Punhub. I'm buying Punhub if it's available. Here we go.
These are not
Model
the
without the
puns you
diffuser.
are
This is
looking
what really exists.
Love it, Paranor.
And notice that because the moon is not right up against
All right,
the
seriously,
Earth,
the peaches are harsh.
The shadow
The moonshine
on the
is
Earth
way
there
easier
is
to drink than it is to eat
bigger
those
than the
fucking
moon.
peaches.
Well, you can't drink peaches.
So how does that
Well,
work?
it's like sunny peaches.
Half of an
It's like
eclipse
sunny
would be
peaches.
way bigger.
Do you notice we're talking right over this bastard, and I guarantee we're not missing a thing.
See how the planet looks like an eyeball?
Yes, it looks like it looks like a what the hell are you talking about eyeball?
Like surprised, like what?
See that shadow
They're
being
showing
cast
you
on
in the
that thing you
official
say
model.
doesn't exist?
But
See
when
how
you
that
look
looks
at
like an eyeball? The thing in your fucking skull?
It's
You
not-
think there's any chance that the two things might be related, if not in any other way except by shape? Fuck you!
Oh, we're back to the line.
Map like this, it shows you the bandwidth of the shadow, and it is very small.
No, there's a little blue pill for that droop.
Map like this.
Mine's genetic.
will
I
show
think it
you
had something to do
that
with the
the
circumcision.
spot that the sun leaves is small. This is an official photo from NASA or a satellite of the shadow of an eclipse. This
Okay,
is the
seriously,
problem.
can he stop showing this fucking picture?
How do you take
I just keep
this?
thinking
He
of a
paid a lot of money for
Prize
these
clown.
pictures, like for nothing, and he wanted to get his non-money's worth.
Okay.
I have copyrighted music on my videos, but I ask permission. I mean, mostly you just have to ask. Is it okay? Sure, I don't give a fuck. Awesome.
Now we see the picture. He hasn't started to speak yet. What are the odds that he does not mention perspectives?
Why do I get the feeling someone's about to start playing billiards?
Here we go. Let's see if he actually. Here we go.
You have the Earth, 8,000 miles in diameter, about a little bigger, and you have the Moon, which is 2,000 miles in diameter or bigger.
Okay,
31
I have a
times the
legitimate question I need to ask.
Okay, please do.
It's dumb, but it's legitimate, and I need to ask it. Does anybody else think he sounds like Tom Hanks?
Will Smith!
My name's Voight.
Seriously,
Tom Hanks without the articulation or the brains.
I thought this was going to be, even if we're talking about Forrest Gump, right?
No. He really does sound like. All right, good luck getting that out of your head. Go on, play.
Hey, have you guys ever noticed? Have you ever noticed that Wilson looks a lot like the moon?
Except for the parts that aren't white and pretty.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. Here we go.
Diameter of the Earth toward the sun, blocking the light. And they're telling us that we get this
Bless
little
you.
spot. Now we know how shadows work. All you have to do
back
is
to
just
this.
play around with some light.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it 6 times again.
And
I gotta think he's really going balls to the wall with his claim here.
Oh my god, that's it. You know what? Somebody check right now if punhub.com is actually available.
It is available.
It is?
Paranor already checked. It's available.
All right, we shall get it, and all of us shall make use of it. We shall make use of it, my friends.
I know who we can sell that to. Mamrie Hart will pay top dollar for that.
We will
get it now. I'll contribute.
We will. Oh, come on! It's from GoDaddy. It's like $1.
I know, but
you'll send me a quarter.
Everybody pitching a dime. We're getting this shit.
We're gonna need a shitload of dimes.
Please,
everybody watching, send me a penny.
All right.
Somebody head back to town. We're gonna need a shitload of dimes.
What? The app doesn't work anymore? What the? I'll hit you with a stick. All right. Pun. Hub.
Said Jesus.
Calm. All right.
Moving on.
I'm buying Pun Hub. All right, here we go. Moving on.
That was the wrong pronoun.
The farther away the shadow is projected away from the object, the bigger it gets. But they tell you, you take this, and somehow, miraculously...
Holy crap, it's available for $500.
Yeah, see, we're going to need a shitload of dimes.
Okay.
A lot of dimes.
GoFundMe.com/GetSciPunHub.
You get this. I had an extra thought that I wanted...
He had an extra. He had an extra thought. Did you hear that?
I'm sure RJ would be more than willing to donate to the cause.
Yeah, okay. Let's get back to this guy. You know what? I'm gonna
only if you lump it in with.
Paul's got that kind of Patreon cash, doesn't he?
On this eclipse shadow subject, it shows what is claimed
I'm
to be a
upset. I
solar
wanted
eclipse over
Pun Hub.
Mexico City in
Pug.
Mexico there, and you can
Pug
see that
Hub, there you go.
Pug Hub. Oh.
That can't be available.
No.
That's probably going to be more expensive.
There are way too many gay men in this country.
Oh my!
I'm sorry. I have a lot of gay friends. Ask my dad. He loves that fact. I have a lot of gay friends.
Oh, Pug.
Way too many of them own fucking pugs.
Hey now, Pug Hub is $1,388.
See, it's that's what I'm talking about. Get Pun Hub now while it's cheap.
Well, it's only $500.
The only thing I'm wondering though is how many dimes we're gonna need.
A fuckload. We're gonna need a fuckload of dimes.
A metric fuck ton.
It was shitload.
All right.
If I'm the only one that catches this fucking reference, I apologize. But for those of you who have seen and appreciate Blazing Saddles,
well, yeah. All right. Here we go.
It was, I don't know, 50 or 100 miles across, and the Earth is the moon is 2,000 miles wide. Whether that photo is fake or not,
God damn
look
it!
at the path that the totally.
I thought we were done with the little blue pill joke.
Yeah, can we make him stop?
Oh, now he's flashing them in rapid succession.
Image imply that if that moon wasn't in the way and you were on the Earth, the sun would look huge, bigger than
that was his brain taking off on a motorcycle.
Who's at the F1 track?
Cerebral cortex jumped on a Yamaha and it's going off through the sunset.
All right.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry. My house backs up to the freeway.
Not a
Apologies.
Goddamn F1 practice going on where you live.
I know what happened.
All night, every night. It's fucking annoying as shit.
The crime.
All right. And just to remind everybody, Ethernet. Here we go.
Never looks bigger than the moon. This image is very misleading because it would suggest that if you just deleted the moon out of that picture,
from Mongo.
the sun would look bigger than the moon does.
Candygram from Mongo.
It doesn't. Look at time-lapse photography of the sun going across the sky, and then look at the moon. They're the same size from our vantage point, whether there's an eclipse occurring or not.
Yep, it's official. No one
Hey, our
is
Mel
watching
Brooks
this
quotes
anymore.
are interfering with the wisdom we're learning.
Actually, I'm fixated on the up looping arrow because I can't read what it says.
I can't either. I'm watching the original here on.
I think it says the
dark area.
I've been saying that for
You know,
years.
hold on. Drink.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
goddamn!
I think-
seriously, you're trying to kill me. On
I
this
think
fuck-
that statement might be offensive to people in Quebec.
Allow me.
Again, the fucking French. Seriously.
Hey, Cal's not here, so I'm gonna have to stand up for Cal.
No, I will win.
Paul
I'm
has-
determined to win.
Check out the public chat. Paul Agia has found that which we must purchase. Paul Hub is available.
Yes, $300.
That one's cheaper, is it? That's weird.
All right, let's get a. No, that's the most expensive one so far. We got to get the GoFundMe going.
300.
No, 3,300.
Oh shit!
It used to be like $5 till they heard about Paul's channel. All right,
You know,
here we go.
I actually
He used to be able to buy a new car for that.
I'm willing to bet that
You could buy a house for that if you go back far enough.
there's an atheist that owns that bought it from a religious group just to keep them from posting on it.
You could buy.
There's a pretty good chance. All right, let's get. He's
Somewhere in the deep, darkest depths of Colorado, there's a trailer park that offers PhDs that has bought out Apologia.com.
It's a Paul
In
conspiracy.
spite.
Famous alumni include Ken Ovine.
Honorable
Okay.
mentions are Ken Ham.
I think Grasshopper has put his finger on
Our
it.
one and only graduate consists of
All right. I think he's into the repetition phase here in this video, so we should be able to blow through this.
Indoctrinating us at this moment.
Oh, just Sai.
Yes.
By the way, the dark area is the moon's shadow, called the quote umbra.
Uh-huh.
Is where the moon is completely blocking the disk of the sun.
Well done.
Boom.
Very well
Words.
done.
Reading.
Holy shit!
I can English. I do words good.
That's
You're
not
a
just.
fucking cryptographer, is what
That's
you
not.
are.
Yeah, that's not just
And
that.
when the moon is in the second house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, what about that?
Oh.
That makes for a great fucking album.
Dawning of the time of Aquarius.
It's a great
Isn't
fucking album.
it something like this?
Musical.
This shadow, isn't it something like this shadow is created by a super teeming quantum uncertainty? Isn't that what it says?
Wait, did
I
you
think
just
it
say
still
the
has something
words
to do with
quantum uncertainty?
discussion.
All right, seriously, there's a goddamn pug in the theater in the forefront.
Yeah. No kidding. That's what
How,
you thought.
how are we missing the asshole from that picture?
Out of politeness, he's sitting down. Come on. All right, moving on.
Pretty sure he's not.
He's sitting.
Well, no, the whole reason why you can't see the buttholes is because they don't have a P900.
Oh, right. Good point.
Yeah.
It's at the
The
moment
old
it's gone
version.
below the horizon, but if we had a P900, it would bring it right back. Absolutely. That explains it. Okay.
All right,
Let's get
you
back.
got
to,
me.
Let's get back to the video.
One of my videos, it was the solar eclipse video, and basically what they were talking about was how simple
hell are we
it is
watching
to
now?
see the situation if I had a brain, and that would be to just draw a line from the sun across the moon.
I'm sorry.
And then from the moon,
I'm sorry.
Oh. You know, on the other side also.
What? It's something up, baby?
He sounds like Tom Hanks, doesn't he?
All I keep seeing is an up-swooping arrow pointing at a big blue ball.
Yep, that's where I was. I apologize. Between Tom Hanks and the up-swooping arrow, I
As we all know, if you got up into space, which doesn't exist, you would see large captions attached to celestial objects by arrows. This is common knowledge.
My teachers used to call it ADD, but it was just me being bored.
Yeah.
LSD.
Yeah, no, I was in the 3rd grade.
Oh, well,
I didn't get the
that's
good
no
shit. I didn't
excuse.
get the good
Well,
shit.
depending on which state you grew up in.
Yeah, I didn't get the good shit until I was in 7th grade.
There you go.
He was in a state of denial.
Oh, Mole Hut is only $10. That's.
He was in Egypt then.
Actually, I went to an elementary school that was brand new in 1976. It was right next door to a chicken farm.
Okay.
Literally right next door to a chicken farm.
Where are you going?
So you're saying that there's no possibility of ergot poisoning?
I'm saying that we didn't have air conditioning and the windows were open and we were right next door to a chicken farm.
Ooh.
And
Sounds
Artie's
like
not
fun.
sure how many times he lost his gum in the chicken yard.
I have no idea how many times I lost consciousness.
But it was an exciting experience.
come on.
Exciting.
Yeah, and our water supply was on a relatively unregulated water company that just kept digging wells, and our water just reeked of sulfur about 50% of the time, and an additional 10 or 15% of the time we weren't allowed to drink it at all because it wasn't even mostly water.
The water was
A
foul.
fluid-like substance of indeterminate character.
So-
Yeah, okay.
You were a fracking test site.
Yeah, my neighborhood my neighborhood actually made the introduction to the nightly news one time in the 80s. It was a hydrant that was flushing literal black water out,
Oh, that's nice.
That's because they just made the well deeper and oops, we hit some shit. Yeah. First world problems, my ass.
Where do you live again in Honduras?
All right.
In Texas, they call that oil.
Texas tea.
Indeed. You know what I would suggest? I suggest we hit play. What do y'all think?
We were
I was going to say, does that mean that
more of this jerk?
Does that mean that the floodwaters in Houston are suddenly going to be pumped into my gas tank?
Do we eventually get to a point where
Very
he makes a positive claim based upon what he believes is true?
No.
There's
a shock.
Moving on.
Shock would be a Tesla.
The shock would be in front picture in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, something from the last 3 minutes.
So obvious.
You know what? If this guy gets rid of the giant blue ball with that upturned arrow, I'm gonna join him.
All right.
Well, now he needs to go through the manual manipulation to get rid of the blue ball.
It's called digital stimulation.
Ooh, Umbra, Penumbra.
Oh, he's talking real stuff. Wait a minute. He's going to be talking. We might want to listen to this. He's going to mix some real stuff in with his bullshit.
Holy shit.
Inadvertently, and manage not to understand the significance of any of it.
All right, here we go. Let's see
I don't want anyone in the audience to forget, I will actually be sober when doing Science Sunday.
A little bit of a hangover, but sober. Here we go.
These peaches are delicious.
Okay.
They show it on both models. They show it on the solar and the lunar eclipses. But wouldn't this imply that the light is not parallel?
You jackass.
Drake.
No, it's not No.
Wait, I just put a booger in my mouth.
What was he mumbling that you're taking exception to, Si?
Here's what he said. He's going with the parallel light rays. He's saying that this would imply that the rays are not parallel. Wrong, you jackass. Light emitted from a single point, if the sun were a point source, would appear parallel here. The sun is not a point source. We mentioned this before.
If it were a laser, he'd be right. And unfortunately...
Yeah, he even gives you a picture that shows why what he's saying is crap. It's because the sun is... It may have been mentioned. It may have been mentioned in this very show before. The sun is big! So
very big.
And is there also not the fact that those little sundial-y things that he mentioned earlier on, if you had a sundial at one latitude versus a sundial at another, the shadows would actually be varying, but that he's not attempted to do by that experiment thing?
Yeah. Again, remember the darkness of the
experiments are difficult.
Yes.
I mean, they require thought.
And effort.
Yeah, and especially if you can't do it with the real sun because he spends all of his time in his mom's basement.
Quite true. All right.
Yeah, you've nailed it there. Experiments mean going outside.
Yeah, dangerous out there. Got to put sunscreen in your eyes.
Or at least upstairs.
All right.
Don't forget your towel.
So he's got the drawing right in front of him, and he still doesn't get it.
He must have
because he's blinded by the sunscreen.
All right.
Like that means it would eventually intersect.
Yeah, kind of does.
So let's get this straight. When science wants you to believe one thing, they'll show you intersecting.
Science wants... Yeah, I got a call from science insisting that I do certain things. Hello, science.
You need to believe this.
This is science. Oh, hello, science.
Light rays, but when they want you to believe something else they teach, they're only going to show you straight rays, like in this one.
Or demonstrable things.
Because that was also an illustration of a lunar eclipse rather than a solar one, but who's quibbling?
In
my
the experiment that Eratosthenes did.
Who the fuck is that?
Eratosthenes?
I'm not familiar with this.
We're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables, aren't we?
He was Eratosthenes' neighbor.
It's my favorite mispronunciation of words.
Remember how Brian got confused with Jesus? Same thing.
I just watched that today. That's weird.
Jesus.
Yeah, I just stepped back to the computer to see what I'd been missing, and I realized that reality is not one of those things.
Exactly. All right, so let's see what area. Yeah, here we go.
The light had to be straight for it to work. If it wasn't straight, sundials wouldn't work. But they do.
Really?
Wait,
Okay,
so sundials work?
Which of us is going to say it first? Drink, I win.
Yeah, why do they work, motherfucker? Why do they work? Why do they work?
Well, not just why do they... He's missing the boat on scale. If one were to look closely enough at the shadow cast by even the tiny sundial, there would be a little hazing at the edge of the shadow, indicating that the sun's big, like we mentioned before.
Wait,
moving on.
what?
Big.
Because light
Yeah, sun's big.
travels,
Big.
it's radiation.
Real big.
Travels in a straight line.
It's going to be the best. It's going to be a big. It's going to be the best.
Like really, really bright and really, really far away, which even people back in Eratosthenes' time knew about.
Wait, that time didn't exist.
The sun's got the biggest balls of them all.
Yeah.
They say
All
no,
right, that was a
it
good
actually
song, I'm not gonna
converges
lie.
and it would intersect.
But some of them got spots on them. That's
Every
good.
other scientific
That's you got to
explanation,
get that
light
penicillin
behavior
stuff
and
out.
discoveries show straight.
And you
line.
know how long that
This is an excellent
injector
illustration here.
is,
Look
you
at
know, to go that 2,000 miles to the sun, according to flat Earth cosmology.
Splats all over your face, neck, and chest.
Oh, look, we've got the well thing going on now.
Ray sperm are attempting to mate with the.
All right, you. There we go. He's going to talk about. Let's see what he says about the well thing. I'm interested.
He's gonna poison the shit out of it. That's what he says.
Poison the well.
You know, I got to pull up the old G Plus things because
somebody poison the well.
That's where these debates really fly.
It's a goddamn toy reference.
Yeah, beware Greeks bearing whales.
All right,
Oh my
let's see how he poisons the well then.
Moonshine's
This is
a
an
hell of a
excellent
drug.
illustration here. Look at the light. Do they imply any convergence? Any light that
Nope.
would eventually intersect?
Nope.
Absolutely
Perspective
not.
does.
But they will show you anything that it takes to
They.
help you believe what they want you to believe.
Goddamn they.
Whether the
Who's the they? Is it the same ones that know what the weather's going to do?
You know damn well who they is.
Yeah, there's the They group. They hold a convention in Philadelphia every year, and he attends there. He's got the little name card and everything. You know, they're a pretty select bunch, but
It's like Philadelphia, you mean Area 54.
yeah. Well, that's what everyone wants you to think.
Yeah, it's the meeting of the .govs.
irrelevant.
Mhm,
You have to
yeah.
start
You're on
thinking
top
for
of a
yourself
mesa
and
that
look
looks
at
like a
this.
sawed-off tree.
They make Bilderberg.
Well, actually, for the real aficionados, they meet on a tepuy.
Okay, now you're just making up words. You're just
Go back
cheating.
to
You're just cheating at Scrabble.
All right, now we've run out of pictures to steal in English. Now we need French.
Is that French, maybe?
The rayon parallel hypothesis.
Hypothèse.
This from a French website and decided not to put on the translator. Shall we try German or Sanskrit yet? We haven't hit
Wait,
form.
is this Italian or French?
French.
It looks French.
Or it could be Canadian French. I don't know if you
It
can
looks
tell
like
the difference.
hypothese.
Here's an old Dunkin' Donuts commercial, perhaps for Italian.
Yeah,
There we go.
Let's pronounce it in the way he pronounces words. The rayons divergence and the hypotheses. Yes.
The hype of these. I got a hype of
That
these.
sounds like Trump talking about books of the Bible.
In Hypothese 12:4, Jesus said.
Hypothese number 2.
All right.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians came into the room.
Then the bartender was a Jew. Just
All right.
kidding.
Here we go.
Here again.
And the Muslim wouldn't eat the pork rinds.
They even showed that they're divergent from the left. They actually spread out as they radiate away from the light source. And when you look at the real world, this is how light works. Does this show any light that would
He finally
converge?
got it.
Wow,
Well-
look at that ball Earth.
Except
Next
what?
to
Yeah. What he's missing is all these lines are diverging from a point at the center of the sun, which is not quite how light leaves the sun.
Yeah, it's a matter of perspective.
This is the closest came.
It's a lesson in perspective.
Yeah, light is leaving the sun in every direction from every point on the surface.
Yeah, every one of those lines coming at you is parallel, not convergent.
Indeed. Here we go.
Any light that would intersect, this is what you see in the real world.
Oh God, it's a fucking Illuminati!
Somebody tell Sean to put up his video right now.
It's the first sketch of Giza.
I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah,
we're going to need too many slaves.
Yeah. I wish Sean already had his video up. All right, here we go.
I can already hear early engineers talking to early craftsmen. You have to build. But no, we can't build. You must build.
Is stupid.
Give me mead. Give me mead. I will make it happen.
We need makeup and bone.
Well, all right. All right. Here we go.
Sun in the clouds, and you'll find tons of images like these.
Yeah.
But when they want you to believe a certain thing, they'll show you a photo like this and say,
yeah, back to this one. Or an English time.
Yeah, I think he's actually talking about weight
around the moon, and it will converge on the Earth. And if the Earth wasn't there, it would actually intersect.
Actual weight.
Yeah, this.
Light's pretty heavy, man.
Light is a straight, which means every scientific experiment that relied on straight light raises it invalid. But what you have
Goddamn Tom Hanks, I'm telling you, bitches.
Is that
it's a side job
that are controlling the world. They control the media.
This was Tom Hanks's brain hemorrhage phase.
Science. They control history, and they happen to all have a.
Oh, I heard a call for drink. Go ahead.
I just got to say, definition of irony. The fuck is he going on about?
I'm not sure. I don't see where it's ironic, and people
Well,
don't understand
the
what irony even
UN
means.
One World Order clearly believes in the flat Earth, and they want to keep it so secret that they're displaying it for you all the time.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you. I thought I was stupid for a moment there.
Not at all.
I aim to please.
Wait. We're still stupid.
You humans are stupid. Stupid.
Yeah. Stupid with 2 O's. That kind of stupid.
I see.
Because ball Earth, 2 O's, stupid. Hello, God. Come on.
Wait.
It's all ball bearings these days.
Wait, we have a winner. We have a winner.
That's the GAWD god, right?
Look at him.
Yeah, it's like the SAWL saw.
All right, it's we must add to the list. We have a winner in the public chat. Look, if it wasn't for Freemasonry, pyramids would be too expensive to build. Perfect. Winner!
Yes, that button. That is superb.
Winner! Penitentiary with you.
First posting to our new $500 fucking website.
I tell you, that joke is not Chiop's liver.
Nicely
Funny
done.
as shit.
I have you guys.
That's some.
Yeah, keep an eye on the public chat because we may have missed some good ones. But yes, so congratulations, you are in fact the winner. You are added to the list, and the email address is in the description. Send me an email with a shipping address. You get a glorious facial protection device because
you also get some 30-weight ball bearings and some 3-in-1 oil.
No duct tape.
All right,
some aluminum.
I am really frightened at what you guys are imagining. Duct tape, ball bearings.
Be very afraid.
If praying was more effective than talking to my cat, I would pray that you guys don't pick up any hitchhikers. That's what I'd be praying right about now.
Is my oven mitt ribbed with silicone?
That's on your end, brother. You got to do that.
Really?
I'm just wondering. Because a gentleman has to have his standards.
Let's just say there are some things you must handle yourself. Here we go.
Wow.
It's just the glove.
I use the word ribbed, and you guys get all fucking kinky. I'm talking about Jesus.
As the Mad Bluey says in Yellow Submarine. Glovey, glovey, wovey. That's old glovey.
Oh, that's from way back. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I was thinking using the whole fist there, Doc.
Okay.
An arteriovenous fistula.
Well, you know, look. The Flat Earth map is on all their logos. They'll give you pictures from space and tell you that they're true. They'll lie to your face and say, here's some real pictures.
This has massively been explained. This was a single satellite image that happens. Oh my fucking god. Why in the world does this actually still have to be explained this day and age?
Yeah, well,
there was a satellite, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a satellite that did this imagery where, yes, filling needed to happen because it didn't have a wide enough field of view to capture the entire fucking planet in the, like, 50 some odd passes it took to try and capture the planet. Low Earth orbit. There are gaps.
If it were a weather satellite, this shit would matter. If it's not a weather satellite, this shit doesn't fucking matter.
Indeed. Okay. Here we go.
Scrutinize them a little bit. Look at them yourselves.
Yeah,
I am, motherfucker!
We've seen them.
The cloud cover is frequently just pasted.
You know what? How many times in past movie nights did we respond to this very picture?
Oh, many.
Too many.
I'm going to have to take off the oven mitt to count.
Monopoly, even.
Wait. Does that mean you're going to use your dick to count?
Flat Earth is the Alzheimer's of philosophy because they always forget that everybody has already told them about this 15th time.
That's an excellent point. If it weren't so wordy, it'd be an awesome bumper sticker.
Yes, I know. It's a little. It won't fit on the "Make America Great" a hat logo.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about bumper stickers.
Hey, you know, I do have a 50-inch wide vinyl printer. I could make a big ass bumper sticker.
Something for my window.
Hey, you could go to the stretch limo market. Maybe it'll work there.
Yeah. All right.
My bumper sticker says, "If it weren't for insanity, I'd have no sanity at all."
Here we go.
Argue over trivial details about the math or about you don't have this figured out. They
trivial drink.
Okay, Andy, you're up.
He just said it himself. The trivial details, like, oh, there was a gap right there, and we wanted the picture to look good.
I thought he said tribble.
How many times does someone take a picture of their family where their family has a bunch of freaking creepy zombie red eyes, and you sit down and you're like, let's do some red eye removal. I don't like the way that looks. I want my family to not look like zombies.
It's too bad because my family really does.
All right.
Fuck that. It's better with the demon eyes.
My parents aren't zombies, but they do tend to eat a lot of people.
Are they starting to rot?
Starting. They're old.
Right. I guess we're all starting to rot.
Getting dinner really exciting at his place.
Yeah.
All right. What's he going to say about the clouds here? Let's see.
The fact that you can't find a curve. They ignore the fact that what you see with your own eyes tells you different. And they ridicule anyone who thinks out of the box and doesn't go along with the crowd and accept what they're.
That's not why we do it.
Nope. But okay, Mo, that's you. You're up.
It wasn't me to call drinks.
It's not why we ridicule you people.
There are other reasons.
Your out of the box thinking is not the fucking source of ridicule. It's the things that are the products of that. The guy on the left that's walking his own path has been walked before by other people just as stupid as him, and that's why there's a fucking path.
That's a man going his own way.
Yeah, no.
Flat Earthers are out of the box in the same way that leaving the ice cream out on a 100-degree day is out of the container. So that's sort of the same phenomenon we're seeing here.
Well, they have to be out of the box. They're too stupid to remember to punch air holes.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think they've ever been near the box, to be honest.
If your brain
air holes they forgot to punch.
If you are always that open to new ideas, eventually all of your brains will eventually just flee your skull.
All right.
That guy on the left is kind of like that poor kid that got trapped inside the little bug museum that people used to do, and he's just that firefly that some kid forgot to punch holes in the top of the mason jar for.
That's dark.
Yeah.
So,
or they poked the holes in the top of the jar, but they ran a pin through the thing first.
It's okay to be different, the caption says, but it's not okay to be an effing idiot.
That's true. See, that'll fit on a bumper sticker.
That will fit on a bumper sticker. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it's okay to talk to yourself so long as you never say what.
Okay. Yeah, moving on.
I think if you look at this picture, if you look at this picture long enough, if you look at the far left, person on the far left,
yeah,
one up from the bottom appears to be headed towards the other guy.
Yeah, he wants to go that way too. I'm seeing it.
He's left leaning.
No, he's gonna go get him. That's the rescue party. He's gonna go get him and say, "Come with us, you idiot."
Come on, Stevens.
He's saying
it's okay to be different, but not to deny reality.
Yeah,
no, he actually knows him, and he's going, "Yeah, all right, Jeff. I'll be there in a minute."
This is also what my MRI looked like before they installed one of the 3 stents around my heart.
Well, there's a reason why nobody else walks into the lion's den.
Yeah, the first guy kind of spoiled it for everybody, didn't he?
Yeah, fucked it all up.
I'm pretty sure that guy behind the other guy is the one that the guy on the left said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, I think those two people are facing the actual wrong direction. They're not even moving forward.
One of them looks like he's facing backwards.
That's what I mean.
Toward the bottom.
As long as we're talking about perspective, the one at the bottom is facing the wrong direction. Unless that one's knee bends the wrong fucking direction, in which case I'm really sorry about saying that.
Maybe they're congregating.
He could be a bird. You never know. He could have evolved from avians.
Nah, the one at the bottom is Cartman, and he's clearly just said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Yeah, and then you go 2 to the right. You go 2 to the right of that guy, and that guy's just swinging his way home. I'm going back, bitches. Fuck you.
All right, and let us move on.
I've seen what's ahead. It's
I mean,
all metal.
why would they, on one hand, just lie to you and say, "Look, light converges from its source. It doesn't radiate out. It doesn't spread out. It doesn't go in a straight line." Oh, well, wait. We want you to understand something else. So now we're going to show you the light rays are straight and parallel. Everything they discover supposedly is more fantastical. Now we don't even have a plane of orbit. Now all the planets are chasing.
I love the word fantastical.
Constellations changed in thousands of years. Actually, they do slightly, but nevertheless, that's another matter.
Again,
and all this time I thought it was held up by turtles, and now I know it's cows' asses.
So,
if the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, and as it revolves around the Sun at 66,600 miles per hour, while the Sun shoots through space at 450,000 miles per hour, why haven't the constellations changed much? Because they're really far away.
and not too far away. They're moving too.
Yeah, a lot of them are riding right along with us.
All right, so remember those 1950s produced science movies that some of us watched when we were kids? What Cy just did was the 2017 version of the response to those movies.
I'm sorry. Am I the only one that's going to stop and sit down and go, "Why in the hell is it literally the horse's ass holding up his statement?"
Oh, nice iron. Now there we have irony.
Yes. Well, and that would be pronounced Pegasus, I suppose, in his pronunciation guide.
Well, what's the thing on the horse's back? What the fuck is that thing? Is it like Gus, the god of biscuits?
It looks like a little dog.
That's his close little longtime companion.
And the rabbit. What's the rabbit again?
Lepus?
It's the hole.
Lepus is
the rabbit is the hole.
Rabbits are always the hole.
What's riding the rabbit? What's on top of it? It's upside down. I can't tell.
It's a dude with a really elongated...
You know, I'm sure you can call up Brazers and ask.
Yeah.
I know Emperor Hadrian actually had a constellation put in there for representing his gay lover, but I can't remember which sign it was stuck up against.
Precipitous.
The Emperor Hadrian?
All right. We're closing in on this one. Here we go.
and through the universe.
We can do this.
It doesn't matter. They're insulting your intelligence. They released this the other day and showed you a Jupiter with strudel on the top and said, wow, look what we have.
Strudel?
What it really is,
It's Jewish.
is that they
We're in a
don't
yarmulke.
want you to feel like you're anything. There is no purpose in
What?
I made it out of clay.
What?
When it's dry and ready, the Drano we will play. Oh, Drano, I made you.
Hey.
Okay.
You just really do know how to
Magical
party, though,
space-
man. I would love to get
Oh, I love the magical space ape human birth. Yeah, that's what I think was going on in the first 10 billion years of the universe. Yeah, I can remember that easily. Those little
Big
hominids popping around there next to those nebula.
Magical.
It wasn't that way until there was an apple.
Evolutionary space ape human creation theory.
Okay, well, you know this
That's
is
a mouthful.
a huge emotional overreaction to someone saying, okay, you think God created everything and that had to have been magic, right? No, that wasn't magic. That was science. Wait, what part of science says that? Well, no, it's not part of science. It's just what God does. So it's magic? No, it's not magic. Science says it.
The big
I'm going to have
God.
to adopt that. I'm going to have to go. I'm the believer in the magical space ape human birth theory.
Right.
Yeah. RJ, you're good at digging up sources. I've not heard of this specific theory. You're in charge of digging up all documentation.
Yeah, I'm going to have to write this one down because this is one that is new to my world, and it may be new to everybody's world outside of that nitwit's head.
Make sure you get the hyphens in the right place.
I'm pretty sure this is all his. This is pure him.
Space ape human birth.
Space ape
Alright.
human birth
I
theory.
gotta ask, just
Wasn't
because
that a
this
cartoon,
particular
Space
graphic
Ape?
is up,
Yes.
I've
Oh,
really
wait.
got to ask, just because this graphic is up right now, where is the horse-ass nebula?
Yeah.
The one that looks like a star cookie.
Maybe
down at
this
the
is
bottom.
like the updated version of Alakazam the Great about the space monkey, you know?
I think I have a valid point.
Okay.
It's the conflation argument. See where in his text he's added magical space ape human birth, and he's pointed to a thing.
Oh, yeah, point to a galaxy.
But the graphic that he's borrowing from says magical inflationary space ape human creation theory. So is it a birth or is it a creation theory?
Aha.
I think I caught him. Did I catch him?
He mixed. Yep.
Well, I'm pretty sure that depends on how Ken Ham rubs you.
I think I've proven that this is.
I'm afraid I do not want to be rubbed by Ken Ham at all.
Probably.
AIG will not make a mistake like that.
Well,
he's trying.
I mean, if Ham uses mustard and brown sugar, is it okay?
It depends. Is that on toast? Because that sounds really gross on toast.
This is getting weirder by
It's
the minute.
ham on lie. Hold the logic.
Okay, and this started out weird. 2.5 hours ago, this started out weird. It's been getting weirder every minute.
I did attempt to Google magic space age human theory, but all I'm getting are pictures of Russian space satellites, so it's just not coming through.
Heck.
I really expect.
If I may interject,
Yes.
it might be time to bring on the angel.
Already?
I haven't.
Of course not.
All right. Let's let this person spin his wondrous
it looks
tail.
like a cesarean.
There we go.
I think you're onto something.
Here we go.
Need them to lead you. We came from monkeys.
The space epidural.
It's virtually painless.
All right. All right. Okay, just so we slip
Don't
in
worry,
a little.
honey. You're just going to give birth to the universe.
You won't feel a thing after the 10 to the minus 53rd seconds.
Feel really bad about the fact that this is a tubal pregnancy and this isn't going to go your way.
He was a beautiful black hole, you know.
Have no purpose. We're in a universe that's going no place, came from nothing, going nowhere, and we came from nothing and we are nothing. We're property, and they want us to feel like it.
Okay, how does everything he just said end up equaling that's a definite non sequitur there. It's whole here. You know what? I'm going to back it up just because I like you guys so much.
Yeah, because Mr. Mumbles is not exactly the most articulate doing his
No.
Tom Hanks impression.
Here we go. Let's see if this is far enough.
And we came from nothing.
Here it is. This is where it starts. He's saying we're nothing, we're nothing, we're nothing. Here we go.
We have no purpose. We're in a universe that's going no place, came from nothing, going nowhere, and we came from nothing and we are nothing.
What are you talking about? It's going everywhere all the time. In fact, it's already been everywhere. Every time.
I knew Jesus was coming for us. Damn it.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, of course, if you're going to
Wait a minute.
I like you a lot.
Wait a minute. He's not laying down. Look at the picture. He's not laying down.
Up on there, you know, and I know he did have like a seriously annoying 3 days worth, but
Jesus, why are you such a wallflower?
Well, hold on.
Yes.
From what we saw earlier with the balls on the wall, he's definitely laying down.
Oh, right.
Just laying down on a wall.
Right. It's the
exactly. If you just get the right orientation on it, then it's entirely a thing. Now, I want to know: is he being successed?
Well, not yet. That comes later. But so he is laying down on a flat yet vertical Earth. That's what we're saying. Okay. All right. I can accept that.
Okay.
Hell, if we accepted the rest of it. All right.
Like a window pane in Superman, but whatever.
Okay.
We came from something important that we have value.
Okay, and therein lies. Oh, sorry, drink. Therein lies the key to why people fall for this and creationism and all that is they want to feel special. He's saying it right now. We have a purpose. We are created and we're special and God loves us. Yet they just can't accept that the entire universe wasn't made. Even the stuff we can't see was created specifically for our entertainment.
So what you're saying is that they have little hands, I'm in power syndrome.
Exactly. I think I've seen that before. All right.
To riff off of Fudmartin in there, who brings up The Tale of Two Cities, it is a far, far stupider film we watched tonight than we have ever watched before.
You know, I would say if he didn't already win, he would have won again. All right.
Well, I think that it's a beautiful, beautiful clouds, and it makes me want to sing. Always look on the bright side of life.
Oh, that's perfect. Here we go.
Each person has to reconcile in their own mind what they're going to believe, but do you really need to cling to the teachings of people that are known liars? They won't tell you the truth for the life of them. Listen to these people.
Oh, remember when we had competent presidents?
Oh, really? That's what you're going to go to?
Does it not always end at this? Doesn't it?
Dollar signs and swastikas, and the last people on Earth that can be legitimately linked to that.
Bill Nye, fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Obama.
The most powerful people on Earth.
Yeah, they're the fucking heads, man.
And to think I was sitting down having lunch with my Jewish aunt earlier while we were discussing one of my cousins who works for Orbital ATK.
I see.
Obviously, we're neo-Nazis.
Yeah, it has to be.
Nothing else.
And,
us and those black guys, obviously.
Yes.
Them colored.
They all fit in so well with the Nazi ideals.
He's one of the worst black white supremacists I've ever met. He's horrible.
Call him
Clayton. Hey, it's clearly a symptom of colorblind.
Yeah, when you fail to see color, this is what happens.
Indeed.
Well, suddenly, shit. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I don't understand how their minds can even conceive the conspiracy so big. I mean, like, do they think that the fucking human race is just a bunch of people like they're just conniving against everybody? Like only 5 people have control. Now, guys,
government is incompetent, except that controls your mind.
Right.
Yeah, DeGrasse Tyson is signaling to us by that vest he wears. Yeah, it's all right there in plain sight, invisible.
And that sultry
Well,
comes
it's clearly the
look
bow
on his
tie.
face.
I mean,
that mustache
obviously the bow tie is the mind control device.
Well,
I don't know.
There
It might
we
be
go.
the sun vest. That's pretty alluring.
Well, isn't that a secret hand symbol? Apparently, every motion of the hand is a secret symbol. Is that not some secret hand gesture?
Well, why do you think we all use hand signals every single time we have a movie night? Obviously, we're all hand signaling each other.
I'm number one.
I'm
number one.
getting a good workout on my middle finger.
Yeah.
Right. Our secret cameras.
My monitor has a complex.
Bow ties are cool.
Bow ties are cool. That's a Matt Smith reference. Nice. Okay, here we go.
The people that run the world are wicked. So would
Wait,
you expect that they would tell
People
you
who
the
run the world are what?
Wicked.
Wicked.
Wicked. That's,
They're little wickets. They're part of the cosmic croquet game.
They're wicked.
They put people in fridges.
Right.
Okay, if all you have to do to be part of the ruling class of the world is put on a bow tie and be a mechanical engineer, I got that covered.
And
All
you
right,
notice they're giving
bells,
the white
I'll try that one.
sign to each other, right? The OK sign, they're fucking white
Yeah.
stuff.
Do you have a seriously shiny fucking Windstream?
Well, my neighbor does.
All
I
right.
could probably borrow it.
Yeah. How old is your neighbor? Can I get into their will?
Well, I think he was in the Battle of Bastogne, but
So that's a yes.
I'm not 100% sure about that. I know the guy I bought the house from was, but that's mostly because I found a keepsake box that I wasn't probably supposed to find that he probably forgot was there.
So the house didn't come with the
With a
the
Bastogne provenance.
No, the house came with cobwebs and rat poison.
oh, okay. Good combo. And
It just so happened that I wound up finding a box and
Well, let's just see Nick.
I don't know
about you, but I've been
Well,
waiting
remodeling.
to find a Windstream.
sorry, totally random segue. Didn't mean to actually do that. My apologies.
not a problem.
Fucking Windstream stories.
All right, here we go. Cheese it.
Don't dig up under the porch.
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
don't do that.
look at the
Stop
dial. Look at the dial. It's coming up on the spin cycle. Okay, moving on.
truth about science
Okay, to me that was hilarious.
or about history? Do you think they're going to let their schools teach you something that contradicts things that mold your
Hold on.
thinking?
Can you back that up just a second?
Yeah, we gotta analyze that one.
All right, this one.
Scary Bill Nye.
And apparently
And
Neil has
Smiley
lost
Face
some weight.
Sagan over in the corner.
Yeah.
Neil's been on a
Looks like
diet.
Very
Carl Sagan was
confrontational.
like
Carl
Mary
Sagan.
that ate the cat. He's like,
I don't know which
So is
one
he-
was more intentional. Were they trying to make Carl Sagan look bad, Bill Nye look like a creeper, or were they trying to catch Neil deGrasse Tyson looking like the aliens guy?
He looks like he's blowed. Actually, he's like, what the fuck, everybody?
I think they're trying to captivate the notion of I will rug my shoulders in your general direction if you question what I have to say.
Okay.
Is our Mr. Livewire super genius here claiming that there is no vacuum at all in space, that the atmosphere
Oh,
goes
They're
on
I
forever?
think
or
they
what?
don't understand how the vacuum, how like the atmosphere meets the vacuum of space.
Yeah, that's exactly
I
it.
think that's what they think.
They love density, but they can't understand how a vacuum and the fucking God.
Well, I think
That's
I know the
obviously the
explanation
format.
now. Since his brain is infinitely dense, he cannot conceptualize anything that is not infinitely dense. Do you think that is a working hypothesis?
That
Actually,
might,
I think
Or
his brain-
hypothesis, if we're going to use his pronunciation.
Yeah. I think his problem is that his brain cavity is the vacuum.
like, okay.
Or there is that cranial blockage of the rectum issue that may be afflicting him.
All right.
Yeah,
Paul's at it again.
he's-
Look at the comments.
he's-
Paul wants to
he's-
know if that's Neil's O face.
That's
He
a
looks-
very good question.
He's either blowed or just had
That's him. That's him saying it was this big.
Yeah, it's the full release face.
Let's just put it this way: if that's his, what in the hell has Bill Nye been getting into?
Oh, he was saying, "Holy moly!" And Carl Sagan is over there and is saying, "Yeah, that's how big it was." That was,
No, I think Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan's like, and I'm the one that died of cancer.
was the famous Menage a Trois of 1975.
Okay. And
It was this
Frodo,
big.
Frodo,
No, it was
Fodor,
this
Fodor,
big. They're both right.
Pelagia,
All right, so
Frodo,
I
Fodor.
gotta say real quick, the whole reason why I wanted to why I asked to back it up to this was the fact that I was actually blown away that a flat earther finally spelled vacuum right.
I
have seen
ready off of
VACUME so many times in flathead videos. It blew me away to see someone that's a flat tard actually spell vacuum correct.
They often get overzealous with the
pronounce it.
C's as well.
Is it vacuum?
Mm.
Vacuum.
If you guys only knew how close to the end of this you were, you would not be delaying.
All right, let's do this.
Here we go.
If you were English, you'd be calling it a Hoover.
We've got like 30 seconds left. Do you think there's going to be new stupid in just 30 seconds?
Well, at the very least, the vacuum connection works because this sucks.
Oh my! There we go.
Not only that, but if there's only 30 seconds left, you'd be surprised what a Kirby salesman can do.
Yeah, I sold Kirby.
Oh boy!
Here's something.
I can suck the color off of your dining room furniture based on my experience selling Kirby's.
All right.
Oh, but here we got it. Here we got it. The globe, the foundation for evolution, the Big Bang, atheism, alien seeding, paganism, the occult, new world order, and satanic world control. Gosh, I skipped all of that in my learning.
Wow.
Whereas the flat earth described in the Bible validates the Bible, scientifically proven, points to God alone as creator, and blows Satan's deceptions wide open.
Okay,
Who could argue with that?
How exact? So we find out the Earth's flat. So you could say, "Hey Satan, we know the Earth's flat." What's he gonna say? Fuck it, I'm coming next Tuesday.
There we go. That absolutely solves it. Yeah.
How the
Have
hell
you ever seen Satan in the same room with Jeranism? Huh?
No, I have not.
We obviously live on a plate underneath a contact lens.
Yeah, right.
And somewhere there's a turtle.
It's just out of the frame.
Must be.
You didn't have a round lens. What are they? Fisheye lens camera.
It's definitely on pillars.
You've been talking to Antonio. All right, here we go.
So think of the bigger picture. It's not about the shape
20
of
seconds.
the planet or the Earth, or if it's flat or if it's round. It's about the value of life. And it's about, do you value truth?
And yes,
Is this guy trying to fuck us or convince us?
Oh, Luke, again, the damn Star Wars reference. What are you getting? Product placement?
All right, Hillel.
I believe the 8:17 reference is actually something about shining light onto something or other. I can't remember the exact verse. I haven't read the Bible in a while.
All right, it's usually about this time that Hillel succumbs to alcohol poisoning. Have you? Are you okay there, Hill? Oh crap! We did it to him again.
He's dead.
Ah, crap.
Paul, your question.
He's in a coma.
Paul, your question is silly. If the Earth weren't round, there would be no possible mechanism for biological evolution. You're just a silly person.
Obviously, looks like that needed to be said. All right. Again, this is not something I enjoy saying, but we do have a part 3 to address. Now, on the bright side,
he had some opportunity to show the same pictures over again.
He may. Yeah. It's just under 8 minutes long.
Okay, is he at least going to attempt to try and validate his reasoning for any of this?
Oh,
Andy,
no, he's silly boy. That's crazy talk.
Somebody wake up Andy. Somebody wake up Andy. He's having a nice dream.
On the bright side, I have to take my son to the carnival tomorrow and deal with society, so this mind-numbing experience will be great.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll last.
All right. Here we
8
go.
minutes
Part 3.
equal 1 hour and 30 minutes in real time, according to Paranor. That's probably about right.
Yeah, but hopefully, see, this one has no. I think this is another one that has no speaking. So, RJ.
Oh, do I get to read again?
Yes. Prepare your theatrical voice, and let's see what's going on here. Here comes part 3.
Real quick before you start.
I just
Yes, sir.
Comment on the excitement about being able to read again.
What do you got, Andy?
RJ.
I've been healed. I can read again.
RJ.
Sweet Jesus.
I'm not a Muppet.
I want you to do me a favor, RJ.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to read this entire thing as though you are your own character, Phileas.
Oh!
The way you imagine Phileas Fogg, you are going to read this next one in that voice, as opposed to your voice.
I do that indeed.
All right.
Yes.
Are you prepared, RJ?
I will attempt to reach into the depths of my depths.
Okay, happy depths reaching.
That boy cannot be from my loins.
Mm-hmm. If it was, boy, I tell you, you should get a refund.
All right, here comes. And we forgot to issue the blanket apology for this crap.
The Phileas Fogg. The Phileas Fogg.
Wow. Thank you, nice.
Phileas Fogg. Phileas Fogg.
All right, here comes. Here comes.
Most people will never question that they are told by so-called scientists.
Lie.
Most people will never see through the fancy jargon and the crazy math to reach the truth.
What is gravity?
We have no idea.
Oh, they're speaking.
What is gravity?
No, here's the difference. We can describe gravity. We can say what it does to other things. We can measure it, predict with it. But when you start asking, like, what it is, I don't know. Einstein, in an Einsteinian answer, we would say gravity is the curvature of space and time. And that...
Okay, Drink, just pointing something out, not really even an objection. You see in blue, this is the flat earth.
The floating, huh?
Yeah, that is exactly what goes on.
I'm afraid Phileas Fogg would never say that, so I can't do that in a Phileas Fogg voice.
All right, the point that I was going to make was, I think Neil gets high.
I think he does too. He looks pretty blowed, and his explanations aren't all that crystal clear to be used to.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that I don't know what time of day this was recorded at something K radio show. But I have a feeling.
Oh, that's a Star Trek thing. That's easy for me to think.
Yeah, that's well put.
All right, yeah, but anyway, the only reason I stopped is because that that shows up there, that's the thought bubble that appears over any flat earther's head anytime any real science is mentioned. And on that note,
yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
objects will follow the curvature.
He did stammer to the
interpret that as a force of gravity. That's probably the best answer I can give to a "what is gravity" question, or "why is there gravity?"
Why is there a laugh track?
Yeah, the laugh track is great. That's a fucking hysterical, nice add-in.
You want to put something in context. If you want to do something with $3.5 trillion, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you judge to be important to the profile of the nation that you were trying to just build and to sustain.
Oh, the slow voice again.
Holy Christ. When did he become Satan?
Oh, dear, Phileas Fogg is not pleased. If what they wanted was to keep you from learning the truth.
What if?
Could they
Who
do
is
it?
they?
They
know that they needed the convention in Philadelphia. I've told you that already. Even though I do think that a round over of how things work on the globe feels a lot like debating what colored party dress the polka-dotted unicorn will be wearing to the underwater jamboree. That was one party. I really enjoyed that one.
Wonder what that looks like. What do you think that would look like?
Well, we've seen it without punctuation. Let's see what it looks like with some.
Oh, look, there's what it would look like.
It's not underwater, though.
It would appear that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. Yes, we would love to see you do that. We're waiting. Oh, yes. We are told the speed of the moon orbiting the Earth is 2,288.74 miles per hour, and it completes one orbit around the Earth every 27.3 days. You see, I can copy things out of science books, too. The Earth rotates at a speed of 1,037.6 miles per hour and will complete a full rotation over a period of 24 hours. With me so far, we're not only with you, we're 800 miles ahead of you.
He's so clever, this guy.
It's been brought to my attention that some believe we see the eclipse going from west to east because the speed of the moon, that's over 238,000 miles away, is faster than that of the Earth's rotation, ...
Okay, so reality has been brought to his attention. Okay, I'm good with that.
Yes, yes. So how can somebody see so much and yet observe nothing?
Indeed.
Because your head's in your ass so far that your navel does not make a lens.
Yes, yes, indeed. A whole new purpose for retinal protection.
To which I
say, yeah. Oh, isn't that cute, little baby? Let's do a thought experiment with a little math, shall we? And in your case, it's going to be as little as possible.
I would imagine.
The formula for finding the speed of the moon is as follows. Speed equal 2 times pi times distance from the center of the Earth-Moon orbit period. Yes, in other words, 2 times pi times 238,855.1 divided by 655.72 equals 2,288.74 miles per hour, which of course we already knew because you had given that earlier. Why are you doing this?
Math.
The moon appears to us here on Earth. Yes, that is what it appears to us on Earth, because that's how it appears to us on Earth. Yes, all right.
Cloud, I guess.
Yes. Clearly.
Good, yes.
What is that, LA?
And this is how a city appears to us on Earth, and this is how hills appear to us on Earth. Now, let's pretend like we could move the moon to, say, 100,000 miles away, still in line with the moon's shadow and slightly smaller to maintain what we see in the sky.
Okay.
Slightly.
All right. We're pretending.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing that all along.
Apparently his pretend is very slow. Using the same math as before, the moon is traveling at 996.15 miles an hour, from which I guess we are going to assume that if you bring the moon close enough, it will move differently.
Yeah, what? Yeah, why is it, huh?
Identical to what we see now.
No, it'd be much bigger.
Yeah.
But he did say he was going to magically shrink it as well. There were a lot of conditions in that last
Yeah,
one.
well, he's using that special spotted unicorn mathematics that he pioneered while getting his doctorate at Patriot University.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with suddenly the math.
Yes, yes, the math is very complicated. It is very intricate.
If you don't know a unicorn, you won't know the math.
Okay,
it's unicorn math. Nobody said that.
Yes.
All right.
I have a unicorn.
And I believe we're looking at a viaduct in Florida going down to the Florida Keys, and we're going to see Arnold Schwarzenegger driving by shortly, chasing after an atomic bomb, but that's something else.
Won't there be a helicopter?
Of course there's a helicopter.
Okay, just making sure.
And we would never know the difference, says the person who never seems to know the difference on anything. Now, if we were to continue to move the moon closer, and it was only 10,000 miles away from the Earth, still perfectly lined up with the moon's shadow, but unfortunately approaching the Roche limit, which of course this nincompoop doesn't know about because he hasn't studied anything of Newtonian mechanics, the moon would be only going 133.76 miles per hour. At this rate, if the moon were sitting on top of the Earth,
Clearly,
wouldn't be moving at all.
Clearly, the moon is dangerously close to the stall speed, and we're all in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yes, the stall speed. Is the stall speed below or above the Roche limit? I'm not sure we've ever worked that out.
Danger close.
Yeah, I think that. Do they realize that gravity
Danger,
sucks the moon into the Earth at that distance?
At that speed, I guess this escaped us notice.
Oh. Crypto is getting so David Attenborough flashbacks now. I can do that in a David Attenborough voice. The moon would only be going 133.76 miles per hour. Indeed.
I just watched one of my favorites of his last night.
Earth 2 series is extremely good. You ought to see that. Planet Earth 2. Very good.
No, history of man.
Okay.
And again, there would be no visual difference between the moon that was going 2,228 miles and the moon that was going 133 miles per hour as far as what we are able to see.
Drake, I know a difference. Drake, I know a difference. If it was traveling at 133 miles per hour, it would not be able to maintain orbit. How about that? Right. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's a little snag that I don't think Mr. Newtonian averse author paid much attention to. I'm sorry I've slipped out of the English accent, but I got to recharge my batteries here.
We've literally decreased the speed by a factor of 10 now.
So, all right.
You've heard of it.
We started out at 1,300. Then it went down to 900. Now we're down to 1. Fuck you! What?
You heard of inertia? He's got a whole new physics of outertia.
I thought he had. Didn't he say something about math earlier?
He did. He
warned us.
I'm pretty sure what he said about math was that he has no understanding
I
of.
really thought I was having a flashback to the
if you got to remember
candy from a Black Expo parade.
If he didn't say he has no understanding of math, he certainly demonstrated it.
Yeah,
And-
exactly. and which is more powerful?
Hey, all right. Oh, and
He's
RJ,
found a
don't
little
worry.
teeny math formula, and he can discover that he can plug arbitrary numbers in and not realize that they are meaningless because he's failing to take into account the fact that orbits are orbits.
Yes, and
I realize that my camera's not on, but I'm doing that thing where I kind of pet my own head just to calm myself down.
Okay, understandable. And RJ,
we must call attention to the fact of synaptic. Yes, indeed, David Attenborough is a national treasure in the UK, and frankly, with a great many of us over here across the pond in the United States.
Yeah, he's fairly a world treasure.
And RJ, don't worry about slipping out of character, because you actually, in this part of the show, have two characters you're playing. One is Phileas Fogg, and one is yourself responding to Phileas Fogg.
Yes, indeed. And remember, I always have in reserve HAL 9000.
Yeah, exactly. I'm willing to add a third where you are just breaking the fourth wall entirely.
And I'm loving RJ's impressions.
It's quite good.
All right, here we go.
It's definitely going to add to the reading fun of actually sitting down and reading Phileas Fogg.
Oh yeah, you
Now
got
that
the
I
voice
know
in the head now.
exactly who it is that you want Phileas Fogg's voice to be in that book.
I want the audiobook.
That would be cool.
I'd like to make an audiobook.
I don't see why you haven't.
Anyway, get on to his next damn thing so I can trot out Attenborough again.
All right, let's see what we got.
Aren't you proud of yourself?
Here we go.
More RJ Attenborough.
All right, no difference except the moon dropping out of the sky. Other than that, everything will be perfectly the same, jackass.
That's Mr. Jackass. Let's be polite.
Yes,
all right.
Very well.
So
this begs the question: what would the speed of the moon be if it was actually touching the Earth?
Oh, nothing.
I got a number in mind, Billy.
We can kind of jump ahead on that, you know, like its shadow does.
What is he trying to imply?
Only the shadow knows.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
This makes my
Using
brain
the same math we are given to calculate the speed of the moon at 238,855 miles away.
I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Oh yeah.
Moon shadow should only be traveling at 37.94 miles per hour, which means that it won't get a ticket on an interstate. Or the
that next
M1.
to an aeronautical
Might want to slow down to this
Meanwhile, if we actually lived on a spinning globe, eclipse shadows would move east to west at almost 1,000 miles per hour, not west to east. Repeating, of course, the same mistake that we've been making over and over again. Yes, nonsense alert is exactly what you want to see right now.
Shouldn't that have been in red?
Wow.
Nonsense
Yes,
alert.
Dukin alert.
Nonsense alert.
Brain malfunction. Warning.
Yeah, well, you can tell by the change of music that happened.
Yes, he's gone all mellow on us. I'm afraid I think we've seen the last of his math. Assume at this point most people are curious as to how exactly an eclipse does go from west to east.
Ooh, he's only got a minute left. Do you think he's going to tell us? Let's see.
I would assume at
this point, yes. I'm almost slipping into Sydney Carton from the Caleb to Pity. I would assume at this point most people are curious. Easy, little smiley face. The light is moving. Yes, and the Earth. The light is moving around on little cat feet. It's sliding around because it's everywhere, and the greased light is flowing and flowing and flowing. Oh, that was my ejaculation this morning. Wrong.
The sun looks a little phallic.
It does.
Yes, there we go. And flashlight in the sky being held by the Father in the Son and the Holy Ghost, because it takes all three of them to hold up that damn great big flashlight.
Then it stopped and went. And then it turned back the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. No.
And of course, this is all to scale.
Keep going, motherfucker, because it turns back around the other direction.
The Bible
doesn't it?
says the sun, moon, and stars were created on the 4th day. That was effing stupid.
Oh my.
Nice use of effing.
And they are for signs and seasons, like stop, yield, right away, and
Fall, summer, and winter.
And let's not forget to include the stars we can't see with the naked eye.
Well,
They're real handy for signs and seasons.
yes, the stars we can't see anymore, like Elizabeth Taylor and Andy Devine.
All right. If nothing else, what this line does right here, this "and they are for signs and seasons," justifies the acoustic guitar that we've been listening to, because what comes after this is turn, 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 turn. There's a reason. Turn, turn.
Turn the page, you fathead. Maybe this eclipse is a sign this world needs to wake up. Oh, yes, eclipses are constantly waking people up all of the time.
Every 6 or 8 years or so.
Yeah. Luke 8:117. You only had the space for that one PowerPoint slide.
Giant flush.
Apparently, that's all you need to know from the entire book.
All right, we've made it through parts 1 through 3. A total eclipse in the flat
I must
Earth.
say, this had a level of originality that exactly matches all of his previous originality.
Total eclipse of the heart.
That's what I was just thinking.
All right.
You know, I gotta say, RJ, you did a phenomenal job reading that entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely, that was magnificent.
It was almost lifelike.
Yeah.
So, occasionally, I do a simulation of a living organism, but I know it's difficult for me to
If you were in my closet, I would blow you up and fuck you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not sure
All
how
right.
to take that one.
I'm guessing from behind.
It starts with some ifs.
Yeah. A lot of ifs tonight, it seems.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my Phileas Fogg and David Attenborough.
Well done.
Much.
Well done, I have to say.
Very good.
All right.
Hey, at least now when I do finish up reading Phileas Fogg, I'm definitely going to know the voice.
Indeed.
Oh, but you need to know as well, do not forget there's Passepartout, and he talks like this.
Wait, I have a request. I want to hear the Phineas Fogg O-face.
What? Oh, no. Why would you suggest such a thing? It's like, oh, a sleeping bear. Let me kick it. That's what you just did.
No, look, there's a sleeping bear with his balls exposed.
I can do that.
Let me kick them.
All right. You know what? Since it's out, I can do nothing to stop it.
Let me
RJ,
poke the bear's balls with a stick.
it's to you. This is disturbing.
There are a lot of sticks.
It is indeed disturbing.
There are a lot of sticks in the ground with which to poke the bear's balls.
That is true. All right.
I think I need some angels and crystals and healing.
I need a lot of that right now.
Are you you're requesting that we?
Well, no, there was more, right?
Yes.
There was more.
Well, we do.
He always has more. He always has so much in line there that in case we have some miracle get through these in under 3 hours, he has a pile of them.
Yes, and we have rounded 3 hours. I suggest we not start enough because one of the ones I had queued up is Flat Earth, Sun and Moon with Mr. Thrive and Survive. That's the title. It was a hangout.
You had me at with.
That sounds like an
it was a hangout.
Yeah, that's one for another day. I think that one sounds promising.
It's 2 hours long. Maybe we'll do that one next week.
That's 85 years in our time frame, isn't it?
Yes.
We better speed that.
Just remember, if Mr. Thrive and Survive is sticking on the path that he's been on lately, he's going to delete the video in the next 48 hours.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's not his. It's a hangout. It's a hangout that was done on the Sun and Moon group channel.
Yeah, copy that shit right now.
So,
the Sun and Moon group, is that like the Blue Man group? You know, that they do like shows in Las Vegas. The Sun and Moon come in and eclipse one another, and then they were raided by the police because the eclipse got a little too close.
Way more naked.
I was going to say, we already went from blow-up dolls and Phileas Fogg to...
The sun guys,
where do we want to go with this?
The sun guys face the crowd, the moon guys face backstage.
All right. And, yeah.
When the moon is in the second blouse. Okay.
And that one is very long.
That's how you stay out of the draft. That's how you do that.
Okay, so
close the door, damn it! Stay out of the draft.
That was like 2 hours long. We can't start that now. Somebody would die.
Was that draft or giraffe?
Wait,
I didn't want to ask.
Well, if you want to go with a little bit of bestiality there, you can bring the giraffe in. Is your closet tall enough for that?
Look, here's the rule.
I don't know if my neck's long enough for that.
This is the law. This is the law.
Use a stepladder.
This is the bestiality law in Indiana. The law in Indiana is that you cannot have sex with a live animal without being charged.
Oh, does that even apply to Mike Pence?
Try telling that.
That's where it stops making sense. In Indiana.
So in other words,
wait. In Indiana, you can have sex with a dead animal.
That is implied.
It's actually it's explicit in the law, but you're right.
All right.
Yes, under the index, bestiality, necrophilia,
right.
There's a variety of subheadings in the law.
The reason that it is explicit in the law is because the delineation between what is and is not legal when having sex with the corpse of an animal is that if you record yourself having sex, record yourself having sex with a dead goat and then upload it to a server on the interwebs, then you have broken the law again.
I see.
Only and until then, because fucking a dead goat.
So what you're saying is that it's okay for sessions to exist, but it's not okay to watch.
All right, look,
sessions.
What about?
I'm gonna lay it all on the table, guys.
What about?
It wasn't rape. Those goats were dead.
Okay.
I was talking about sessions, i.e., first name Jeff.
Oh, I thought you were talking about occurrences.
No, I caught
Did I say too much?
Yeah, Jason.
Well, that depends on your legal standing at this particular juncture.
Well, I think if you check my page, I have yet to upload any of the. I mean, there are none of those videos in existence.
Look, you guys, take a look at the public chat. You've scared off Emma.
There are no dead goats in any of my evolution hours.
Great.
I have not uploaded any video of me having sex with anything.
You guys have scared off Emma. That's enough of this bestiality, necrophilia stuff. You've scared off Emma. That's enough. So
can Betsy DeVoe actually do any sort of on-air footage in your state?
All right.
I don't know. That's kind of a gray area.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm sure they should be banning Kellyanne Conway from video altogether now.
I get it. Gray area. I get it. All right. Anyway, I'm going to say...
Sai, you are losing control of this room.
I really thought I was going to get away with that one. It's awesome that you caught it. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to leave it as parts 1, 2, and 3 of our feature presentations. Well, that'll be it. We'll.
No angel.
Oh,
Jonathan Thomas says pug.
Okay, so he's going for pug. We've got Andy requesting.
O-face.
Asking O-face. All right, you know what?
He's got to get his O-face fixed.
Yeah, I asked for O-face.
Okay, we've got 2 requests for O-face.
I'll put a 3 in for that just to please the kids.
All right.
As a mitt holder, I have asked for.
Okay. All right, everybody in the public chat is saying enough.
So that's why the oven mitts come with a bottle of Lubriderm.
That's why I talked about the goat.
Now it's all making sense, isn't it? Yeah.
All right, you want to see?
That's why you had to sign for it when you received it, didn't
Yeah,
it?
there are so many places that you can put an oven mitt on a dead goat.
And here's how we create silence on the
Hey,
channel.
Melanie Beckler with Ask-Angels.com. In this video, I'm excited to talk about the 1111 Awakening Code.
Okay.
Wait.
Yay!
Is this a PS2 code? It's like up,
I don't know if this is an O face, but I can oath that
Damn
face.
close.
Yeah, I would.
That might be the.
She's already done the 11 and 11. Is working on the 12-12.
Yeah, I'd like a girl that goes to 11.
All right. Who wants to go first? RJ, you want to go first?
Oh, I already put my 2 cents.
Yeah,
in.
no, I'm finished.
Hang on the baton.
All right. Okay, enough of this indecency. Let's get on with the indecency. RJ, you call stop when you see fit.
And what it means when you keep seeing 1111 on the clock, on license plates, on apartment doors, as the number of Facebook comments or YouTube likes or any other number.
I called stop, but
that's good.
Woo, the pickle face.
Pucker it up.
Yeah, I'm having trouble calling that a win. And I had
You
to
got a
cheat
mom
anyway,
out there.
because RJ didn't call stop. He just said the word stop in a sentence. So,
Oh, what the hell is the difference between saying stop and calling stop?
It wasn't my turn.
You just said it.
Her.
All right.
Yeah, that was that lawsuit in Indiana, wasn't it?
All right.
I remember the time.
That's the difference between college and high school.
And RJ, if you need to explain, calling stop is you remain silent and then just say the word stop. That's calling
I
stop.
see. I have to put a pause of presumably longer than a nanosecond, but less than like a millennium.
Okay, look, I said
She
before.
would appreciate that.
If
I
you're gonna
said
get picky,
before,
yes.
RJ, we're done with the pause conversation. That was before.
Oh, okay. I will just say I will pass the baton on to somebody else.
All
then,
right.
since I'm being abused here. Let somebody.
I'm
else
pretty
do
sure you
the
already
next
passed
step.
it on to her.
Yeah,
All right.
I passed on to that baton, and we made sure there was a condom.
All right.
I feel like I've finished.
Okay.
Well,
Mole,
you know,
you're up.
You may have made sure that there was a condom, but you definitely did not make sure that there was any sort of other lubricants involved.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't make me mute you.
Rim shot, rim pump.
This is the face of a spitter.
Oh my God. You know, let's see. It's like you're all screaming, "Let's ban Size Channel." That's what you're all screaming. You know that. You know that. That's what you're doing.
Angel Face is the one that put her video out there.
Wait,
That's true.
You need to watch the Dieter Lucum live stream where he has on Poisoning the Well and Jeff Holiday, and I can't remember who the hell else is on it, but it is such a joy. It is the absolute epitome of what can still show up on YouTube.
Okay.
It is so fucking funny.
All right.
This is
Let's be real honest.
happened to
Eric
1010.
Dubé has made this exact same face multiple times, and YouTube's not banned him.
Okay. Now, with what you guys
And
have
perhaps
said,
for the same reason.
with what you guys have said so far, Andy, are you seriously saying that because of this young lady's face is why we get banned?
Right.
All right. Anyway.
No, I'm saying because of the fact that Eric Dubé has made this exact same face. That he should be banned.
Okay. See, now it all makes sense.
This isn't a thumbnail. I am going to protest.
All right. Mole, my friend, you are up. Call stop when you see fit.
Number of places when you keep seeing 1111. Is this happening to you? It's happening for so many people right now. And the reason is that numbers are a universal language. And so numbers are a powerful way for spirit.
She's gonna bite me.
Yeah.
Painful.
Too many teeth.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right. And
She's excited over 11 now. She's
All right.
very excited over 11.
That's a reverse tooth drag. That's
10-yard penalty. Fourth down.
what is wrong with you people? All right. Is Hillel still unconscious? Hill,
leave a mark.
Hill, our good friend Hill seems to still be unconscious, and you folks, you guys did that to him. All right,
I
we'll
know
pass
we're
on.
responsible for putting all of Seattle out of consciousness.
Indeed. All right, Andy, you're up. Call stop when you see fit.
To communicate with us in the physical. And I've written on ask-angels.com about the many different meanings of seeing.
Winner!
That's the orgasm face there. That's it.
We have a winner.
I'm ready, but don't make me look.
That is a face, neck, and chest shot right there.
Good thing we're running a science show here. All right.
Right.
This is science.
Right. That thorax.
It's all biology. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. Seamus, our friend. Seamus.
You can't declare me a winner until everybody has had their fair turn.
That's a fucking good one, though. Let's face it.
We got to pass it around
All right.
before anybody can be the winner.
Mr. Funk, are you prepared? Yell stop.
Prepared.
Yell stop when you see fit.
1111. And truly, when you see 1111, it is a personal meaning. And the specific message depends on where
Do you actually see 1111, or do you just
It depends
feel
on
it?
what's happening in your life.
I bet she sees
and
it.
how
Holy
far you've
moly.
progressed on your awakening path. Because when you first...
Oh.
What do you think?
That's just angry.
Now she does taste it.
Oh, stop that.
That's an angry no right there.
Oh my god. All right.
That's the finger in the wrong
So
place.
this is
Harry M is wondering, WTF is she on about? I haven't a clue.
Nobody knows. She was telling us about a cloak of invisibility a few months ago.
Yeah, I'm not listening.
Here she's got 1111.
I am
only
I don't think her cloak of invisibility helped her eyes stay open.
All right, did we say? Okay. Did we say this?
She can see through.
Did we say this is a win? But
said that.
It's just like
We're
she's
a bad influence on you, Andy.
She's imagining that she's wearing Sophane's sunglasses.
So are we calling this a win, but an angry one, or what do we think of this one?
That's a
belligerent win.
A belligerent win. Okay.
He's trying to keep the bugs out.
All right. Artemis. So we have Artemis.
Eleanor of Aquitaine discovers that Henry II has been cheating on her.
It falls to you,
not
Artemis.
teeth, it's brine.
Just
tastes like bugs.
Just call stop when you see fit, Artemis.
All right.
Start seeing 1111. It could simply be a wake-up call from your angels and from your higher self, them saying, hey, we're here. There's more going on than the physical dimension. And then
what? I don't know. That's on the way, but not quite there. All right.
I think that's on the way for some of us.
Or on the way back for some of us. I don't know.
That's her trying to whistle through the gap in her front teeth that used to be there before the braces her parents paid for.
Ah, I see. That does clarify it all. Okay.
She got that thing going.
Okay, good night, Harry. Thanks for joining us. Harry's had enough stupid, and I believe it's about time to bring on the pug anyway, isn't it?
Doesn't anybody else own a mutt? Can we bring on a mutt?
I'm sorry, we possess none. We got the pug. That's what we got.
All right.
That is the face that she'd do if you said to her, "I think it's time to bring on the pug."
Yeah.
But I'm not finished with 11. I got more 1111.
It's the first syllable of the response to, "Are we going to do anal tonight?"
All right.
No.
See, I want to know, did she ever have a phase when you would only see 11 before she had the 1111 together?
All right.
I want to know if it was like a quantum state where you jump automatically.
That was the face that she made earlier with that little like grinning, not grinning, but gritting of the teeth.
What was the movie where Robin Williams played the homeless man and he talked about the guy's 11s showing?
Oh gosh! Wow! Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
yipes.
about?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the damn thing.
But it was
yipes! It was the thing with a horse and yipes! God, what the hell was that? Eek.
Yeah.
Yes, now it's driving me nuts, and it's a short trip sometimes.
Yeah. No, I'm way closer to the nuts than you are.
Yeah. Oh boy, I gotta Google that one. Yeah. Okay. Robin Williams and the thing with the horse and something.
Yeah.
It's a nice, relatively innocuous title.
Yeah, he keeps talking about how their 11s are showing, and it takes you 3 or 4 scenes of him saying that before you realize what he's talking about. And the last guy that he says it to is fed at the shelter.
The Fisher King.
It is.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Almost stumped the RJ.
Jesus, I feel really fucking old right now. I graduated from college in 1991.
It's been years since I've seen it. It wasn't a bad movie, actually. Quirky, but anyway, never mind.
Actually, it was great. But the beauty is that you're older enough than me to recognize that I wasn't making that up.
All right, we have a request to bring on the pug, so I'm afraid it is that time.
Pug.
Any objections? No? Hearing none? Here we go.
No.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, 11 is a prime number in decimal and binary. Martin, how dare you give actual knowledge on this evening?
It's like I'm speaking a foreign language. All right.
Go ahead, Steve. You got something to say, buddy?
You asked, SciStrike.
All right. Good night, all.
Good night.
Thanks for coming. Ooh, gotta ratchet down that volume a bit.
Oh, why do you need to ratchet down the volume? It's okay to deafen everyone.
Yeah.
Fuck them in the ear holes.
All right.
So I'm still wondering, RJ, I didn't hear a single
there was
electromagnetism.
Electromagnetism on there. I told Aside earlier that if you had any electromagnetism references, then I would do them for you.
All right.
Clearly, we were talking to flat earthers, and it's all electromagnetism. So
there were like 7. How did you miss those?
Oh well, I'm sorry.
All right. I'll tell you what. There's an awful lot of electromagnetism in this room. There you go.
Did you somehow preemptively know that we were going to ask, that I was going to ask you to read in Phileas Fogg's voice?
No, I had no idea.
He was certainly prepared.
No shit.
You were prepared.
Well, because I wrote the damn book, of course I know how everybody talks.
It's like you have that voice in your head. Liar.
When I'm reading dialogue a lot, because I always read all the dialogue a lot in the books, and so I'm doing what the characters are and the way they speak, and that's true of all the characters in everything.
Hey, look, I don't read or write.
The thing I object to on a lot of novelists that don't read their dialogue aloud, and I think
I don't read or write with a dialogue in my head.
Hey, look at
Well, I'm just
Synaptic.
transcribing what's going on in the movie in my head as I'm writing down the notes as to what I'm seeing.
No, I read really slow. I read slower than I speak because I'm more articulate when I read than I am when I speak.
Hey guys, so, I think Synaptic said Fisher King before you guys actually said it, so we should award him for that too. Synaptic, send an email with a shipping address. Congratulations, you won too. Let me put that in the notes.
Yes, he actually came up by direct memory, whereas the rest of us had to Google the damn thing.
Yeah, shit.
The 90s was long ago.
Yeah, I had been drinking and smoking for a long time.
All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us, everybody in the public chat. We could not do it without you. Thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you for tolerating me, and I apologize.
Y'all rock. Y'all rock. Good night, all.
Could have been worse.